That's why I always play Jab Jab the Destroyer in Halo Wars. What's it called?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Fate Eternal Wait, and what a fucking eternal wait that has been. Because
It's been like
it's been
3 months or something. I don't know.
It's been so long, y'all. So many things, so many happenings. But we're back, and thankfully, I listened back on the previous session, so I know where we were last time. I wouldn't have been able to figure that one out otherwise. I'm so glad we record these.
Huzzah for recording sessions.
And full disclosure, in between sessions, it's went so long that the plus subscription ran out, so we don't have any dynamic lighting no more.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna have to deal with an uncovered map, which is fine.
Which is fine, because this is you also basically uncovered everything anyways. But so
We've cleared out
Just
all
for-
the enemies. It's fine.
just for a recap, after a quite successful infiltration from Jay and Marvin into the theater kid Itsuki Kagamine's performance, the team ended up scrambling when the Kagamine family appeared and threw the whole plan into chaos. As a last resort, Itsuki subjected everyone in the vicinity to their reality marble, a maze of crystal and glass, separating and scrambling the team and the enemy. Jay, along with Caster and Ryder, came to odds with Itsuki's mother, who ended up running away, trying to find Itsuki as quickly as possible. Marvin continued his act as a civilian, crying out for help whilst avoiding arrow fire and taking out the Kagamine mages summoned alongside them. Ivan ran to try to negotiate with Itsuki, discussing their bitterness towards the mage world as well as Itsuki's disgust at the Chaldea kill squad that killed Catherine von Dietrich. Katya and Leon ventured forth, and through several combat scenarios and mishaps, Katya ended up killing Itsuki's father. They were then duped by the elusive shapeshifter using Jay as a disguise and perfectly passing the code word test, almost taking out Leon before he broke free, and Katya used a command seal to summon Saber into the fray. We last left off on Alethea Kagamine's turn, as she's come to the end of the maze, trying to reunite, quote-unquote, with a child, but being told to stay back by Ivan, who was leveraging the Krov name to keep her in check. And that's where we left off.
Exactly. Also, yes, 100% justified. Leon still believes it wasn't really our call to make. What's the call? Because the kid should have been the one to decide that. But
Oh yeah, I don't believe I'm justified. But however, I do.
You need to fucking please be more specific for the viewers.
just
Cause the ends always justify the means.
I was gonna say, just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right.
God damn it! Had to hit us with an actual fucking fake quote, of course.
But so Ivan's told Alethea to stay back. And she is. But she does call out, Itsuki, it's your mother. I know who you are. Itsuki kind of replies, you do realize that the point of me running away was because I didn't want you to follow me. And Alethea kind of responds, well, you can't just run away from whatever it is that you're running away from. You have a lot of responsibilities back home and a lot of people who love you. And Itsuki kind of like bites back. Yeah, cool. People who love me, right. Lots of responsibilities, right. Yeah, no, I don't think that's particularly correct. Do you even know what you did to me? And Alethea kind of says, well, I don't know, tell me, because I don't know. There's no as far as I can tell, I've been trying my best to give you a good life. And Itsuki just Ivan, you're over there, so you do see Itsuki just kind of leaning on the pillar, still still kind of casually leaning, but their body's kind of tensing up, their fists are clenching, and just says, yeah, of course. You don't know. Well, that's fine. Krov, allow her to move forwards so I can talk with her. properly face to face.
Ivan does just like stows away ebony and ivory. He just underneath his coat. Fucking, of course, Devil May Cry style. Fucking immediately, just like stylishly.
Mm-hmm.
He just like nods to let her through.
She, takes a few steps forward. And she just kind of like, puts her arms out. Yes, you do, Katya. She kind of puts her arms out and says, Itsuki, I'm your mother. I would never hurt you. And Itsuki just kind of like grins and says, so, yeah, of course you wouldn't ever hurt me because you don't like getting your hands dirty. So you let Dad do it instead. Itsuki, that's not true. How? Itsuki kind of has like a narrowed like expression on his face. Just kind of like looks to you, Ivan. Looks around and just kind of says like, "Who are you trying to impress right now? Or are you that deluded?" No, he's not talking to you, but who are you trying to impress right now? Are you actually just that deluded that you think you've done absolutely nothing wrong? And Ivan, you can see in this woman's face that she, at the very least, like, even with like passive insight, you can kind of tell she genuinely doesn't understand. She doesn't think that she's done anything wrong in the slightest. No, if you upon first inspection, you would think that this was like a completely innocent woman. And yeah,
Ivan would just sort of note, not unfortunately I can't really be, unfortunately I'm not really an expert in these matters, but I have a feeling you could have been a little bit more, or I think you could have learned to understand and a little bit more of what your child is.
She
going
kind of
through.
like cuts you off with like an actual like vicious scowl. Like she was looking all like like pleading at first, and then she just completely turns on a fucking dime and says, "What would you know about parenting? You don't know anything about what we have to deal with."
Ivan's just silent, and there's just that like look on his face that's like you normally don't see it, but like it you can tell that there's a little bit of that he's still like it got that like sort of like timid resting expression but like there's a little bit of like annoyance seeping through just a touch. It's just, and he's gonna pause and just say, well, I do know what my parents taught me, and one thing's for certain, and you, from what I can tell from this interaction, you didn't seem to be one to try to understand rather than just thinking you did.
And she kind of just like spits back at you and says like, Yes, I'm sure that your parents treated you in a specific way, but you also clearly understand that mages have different traditions and different ways of teaching. That is how we keep our mystery powerful.
There are ways to do so without. There are ways to do so, without resorting to means that would stifle one's child.
Around this time, I will say that Jay, you're able to kind of make it through, the gateway there, and you do actually like very much like I'll say that like Caster and Ryder would have caught up to you at this point. Like they're we're not in true initiative right now, so I'll say that they will have been able to.
Tense initiative right now.
Yeah. And
Wait, question: does Jay hear the whole shenaniganry, or does he just hear part of the side, like old girls, because she was closer?
So damn, sounds like you're speaking to a tube.
Yes, that's the thing. I was gonna, because Jay's wearing the friggin' rebreather.
Oh, okay. I thought your mic was
I'm
just
speaking
messing
through
up.
my water bottle. I'm speaking through my water bottle just to be funny.
Yeah, I thought it was
Like,
just your mic being bad.
No, this is purposeful.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought you had like a freaking Vox. Oh, I thought you had like a freaking Vox filter on.
No, this is a water bottle. This is a water bottle filled with a little bit of water, kind of making it sound like that, and it's just close to my mouth. How is it, by the
It
way?
is actually.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. But what's it called?
Yeah, it is.
You are like you would have heard basically the entire conversation, yeah. Also, before you continue, like I will just say that you enter a everything else has been like crystal walls, but this chamber is basically a hall of mirrors. You are very disoriented by just the positioning of everything. The map doesn't do it quite justice on like how disorienting like the placement of the mirrors all is, but you're managing to I would say that it's not so disorienting that you can't make your way through it or anything.
No, because Jay has been in a hall of mirrors, so he's just looking at the ground and trying to look at where folks were stepping.
Just the ground is a mirror, Lamar. I'm kidding.
Yes, because that's how friggin' hall of mirrors sometimes work. They sometimes have reflective floors, which are even
Damn.
dumber. So yeah. So if she just went that way, friggin' Caster and Ryder would see Jay, who's soaking wet, with a friggin' rebreather on, holding shotgun in one hand, friggin' sawed-off shotgun in one hand, cane in the other, and kind of like the most, okay, it's go time look. And then he looks back, seeing them like, okay.
Hey, we cleared the small fry. You okay? Ryder kind of says, if it were any other circumstance, I would offer you a great sun bath to get all of that wetness off of you. Unfortunately, there is a ceiling.
I just imagine they're just there talking in the corner about this.
Jay, in his mind, if it's range telepathy now, Caster would hear in Jay's mind because he.
You do get the feeling that the telepathy is still blocked, despite you being right next to each other.
Oh, okay. So if that's the case, Jay is whispering, "I friggin' hate water mages. I hate friggin' water mages. Friggin' suck. I can't swim that well, and I had to think quickly. Also, I was about to drown."
Well, shit, I probably should have been there with you, shouldn't I?
It's fine. at least you followed my path to the best of your abilities. And it seems like there's a bit of a standoff right now. So if things get dicey, back me up, but don't outright kill her just yet.
Excuse me?
Jay's like, don't outright kill her just yet unless things get real dicey.
Yeah, got it.
Sorry.
So yeah, friggin' Jay kinda just like, this is the most disturbing and sort of almost friggin' something that you'd see out of a thriller. Like like her just here, cause like this place kind of echoes, right?
Yeah,
just
it does.
a little bit. You just hear like for Ivan and Kagamine, while this is going on, they just hear and like tapping of a cane. That's like steady, kind of like, I am pissed off.
Yeah.
Ivan's just like, wait, what the heck happened? Why is there Darth Vader here?
It is funny that he knows about Darth Vader. Well, granted, he probably
He's a
knows about
nerd!
the OG Star Wars. Yeah.
He's a nerd! He's watched shit!
Which is 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Well, it seems like you're finally having a heart-to-heart, and Miss Kagamine, you were a slippery SOB, thinking you could drown me.
Oh, it's you. Why do you insist on being so hard to kill?
Gumption, determination, and the sheer fact of existing out of spite for the world.
I just imagine, like, after hearing, you seem particularly hard to kill. Ivan has his hand on his holster.
Mhm.
This is, it's not like he's trying to respect, like, the boundaries that Itsuki is setting, but at the same time, somebody just said that they actively try to kill his fucking ally. Therefore, he's holding his fire, but like, in case she tries again. But he's not gonna do anything.
Now, it's decent that you finally have a heart-to-heart, but try anything, and you'll be pumped full of lead before you can say hocus pocus.
Hold on now. Hold on. I'm trying to keep this situation in as civil as possible, so if you can, please stow your weapons for now.
Okay, so on the servant's turn.
Dun dun dun.
They are going to
Kill
Look.
Leon, question mark?
look between Saber and Leon and dash over here, taking an opportunity attack from both of them.
Yeah.
Excuse
one
me?
slippery bloke, you bloody cunt. As Leon will say as he runs away.
When the hell did he become Australian?
He's British.
He's
British.
half British, half Spanish. So yeah.
Uh-oh.
He has the accent. Damn, I don't think I have Warcaster to cast like up attacks with my cantrips actually.
Do you not have any melee cantrips? Actually, no. I guess you fucking just can't even do that. Huh?
Can you just smack him?
Fucking pocket knife. Like I guess. Question mark.
The actual British way pulls
Yeah,
out
no.
pocket knife.
I have not. I should remember to take Warcaster next time so I can actually fucking up attack with my.
Shankin'
cantrips.
time.
Couldn't Warmage have something
no,
like
I don't think Warmage. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like take too much time like looking through stuff. I'm just gonna say like I probably can't up attack with my cantrips just yet. But I do have like a pocket knife, I guess. I'm not sure.
Green flame blade, the pocket knife.
Actually,
Damn.
nah.
I'll let if you have like a blade cantrip, I'll allow you to
A
put
blade
like tack
cantrip?
that onto the weapon.
Okay,
As in like green flame blade,
like
booming
green
blade,
flame
that sort of
blade,
thing.
blade, okay, yeah. Bruce flame.
Or a true or new true strike.
Sadly, I do not. So I'm just gonna. Yeah, no. I guess Leon's not even gonna bother. Like he knows
servants.
that conventional weapons doesn't do anything against servants. So he's just like, he just shouts at him, basically like down at him. Go ahead.
The servant who like zooms in front of you, Katya, says, "My master desires retribution from your actions, so I will send you straight to them." As they're going to attempt to shove you.
Okay.
At the wall?
Beat it
Prone.
As
Oh,
he shoves you, you are shoved into the wall as you feel like some, like, you know, the space like shift and splinter. You are pushed, and Leon and Saber watch as Katya is like swallowed up into the wall, and then it's like spit out, well, rather they don't see where Katya spit out, but they see Katya spit out like over here.
Ivan being a little bit jumpy at this point actually fucking turns with like ivory in one hand, straight leveling the fucking barrel straight at Katya. It's like, wait, what the hell?
And
He
Meanwhile,
wouldn't say what the hell.
I will say, Katya, you fall prone, unless you want to make like a strength save to avoid that.
Sure.
Okay, well, you actually make your footing, actually, damn.
I make my footing. I take out my rifle, point it at Ivan, realize Ivan's Ivan, and then point it at Kagamina, who's standing right next to me.
They are like
Hey!
they're like cross-armed, just like leaning against like a pillar, just kind of like looking at you, like raising an eyebrow.
Ivan just like immediately goes, hey, situation civil, stow the weapon.
Wait, where are they? I look behind myself at the wall that I just came out of.
Itsuki kind of says, "Oh, well, you just got shoved through a passageway. Oh, a secret one. Well, that's cool. I was waiting for you specifically to come here, Vashilovska."
So,
Oh, why so?
Well, I'll wait until the rest of your team gets over here, I suppose.
you know, that's actually kind of clever that there are secret passageways. Almost labyrinthian, but there's dead ends. So it's more of a maze than anything.
As Saber and Leon, you both watch as Avenger also just goes through and grabs, like restrains Katya's arms behind her back in like a sort of like, like in just like an arm lock.
Wouldn't that be another check?
That will be another check.
Hey, you finally get out.
Yeah, you yeah, that is correct. Managed to just slip out as they try to like grapple you, as they're going to try again. They have another attack.
Damn.
Dang.
Fuck!
That makes sense.
Oh.
Dang.
Well-
Okay,
Yep.
who all's joined this shindig?
Okay, quick question. What is Ivan sensing / smelling right now? Because if he smells blood,
Blood,
rancid,
fresh, pools of blood.
Yeah, you call this civil?
Ivan has his gun leveled at that thing. What is that?
Are you? I figured you for one of the smart ones.
No, that's not. Ivan's just like, got like, this is not like him just like being paranoid or not being smart or anything. This is just like, I think Itsuki might be able to tell that this is just like a shit ton of innate fear. Cause the thing in front of him is reminiscent of a fucking dead apostle in the sheer amount of how it smells like fucking blood. This is not. Yeah, I think Itsuki would be able to tell that at least. There's just genuine fear behind Ivan's eyes right now.
Itsuki just kind of like smirks at that and just says, just kind of over the shoulder, just hold her down. Thank you for doing that.
After realizing telepathy doesn't work, I shout for Saber so that she knows where I am.
Yeah,
Before
I
my
would say
face
that,
is
like,
shoved into the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just like taken down. Caster is actually going to like, whisper to you, Jay, like, hey, Jay, do we do something?
Why does that thing reek of blood?
You really don't understand most things about the system, do you?
Considering that I've only gotten secondhand information through books, I don't think I do.
Well, while I would love to monologue at you and tell you in excruciating detail the machinations of our minds, you're going to be my enemy later on, aren't you? Why would I tell you something that could give you a possible advantage?
Can Ivan actually try to like possibly figure out what this is? Just like try and piece together some gaps.
I would say there's too many gaps, honestly. Because, like, you could maybe infer that this is some sort of heroic spirit, but even then, heroic spirits are not flesh. They don't have blood. They are, so, but, that's a whole ass discrepancy. There's too many discrepancies. I would say that there's kind of no way you can piece things together. If you had like a bit more evidence, maybe, but not as is.
Yeah.
So, kid, exactly what's going on here, and does this mean we're gonna have to walk back the introduction, the meeting, the producer meeting?
Okay. You're holding a shotgun, right? And you came equipped with a rebreather? You're not fooling me. That person down there who's been crying the entire time is also one of you, isn't he? Hey, Jig's up! come on, everyone. I'm not stupid.
I never said
Is
you.
this Itsuki speaking?
Yes, this is Itsuki.
Ivan's just like, I'm sorry. He like, this isn't like, I'm sorry in the, like, sad betrayal thing. No, it's more of like, I'm just sorry that this situation is panning out in this way and being generally unpleasant for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but we have a hostage situation right now.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I do have your friend hostage. Friend, ally, fellow kill squad member. It's around this time that I'll say that, like, Saber will have just kind of, like, picked up Leon and, like, just bounded through the walls here in order to get, you know, into the fray. So let me move him.
This is what it feels like. He just said as he gets lifted, I guess.
What the?
Like, Saber makes a lot of really sharp turns. Like, it is it is like basically equivalent to a roller coaster. It's fucking horrible. But
I don't want to repeat that again, says Leon as he just looks around the area. I'm not sure. Can we see through these walls?
they are mirrors.
Oh, they're mirrors. Damn.
Yeah. But Saber like places you down, and Saber just like, kind of looks and says, "Master, I'll come help you." As she steps forward, you kind of...
I think
Oh yeah.
I think Ivan would just say, Saber, I understand and that your master's currently at risk, but at the moment, and I don't think you can take it's wise to take hasty action.
As you yell that, you see Itsuki kind of like flick their wrist, kind of lazily, as you see Saber becomes encased in crystal.
Jesus. Care to explain why you just pulled the Ganondorf like that?
I don't know what that is.
Ivan is internally like, huh? Mostly just like, since Ganondorf is so fucking iconic.
Leon taps his gauntlet hand like forward, like you know, the reverberation of like his magic circuits kind of shining. He just says, Okay, I think we should all calm down here. Let's not do anything hasty here. He kind of does turn... I don't know, would I be able to move a little bit since we're not like in true initiative, like so to speak?
Yeah, move a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
He is just gonna move over here while just kind of getting a clear view of the room. And says, hey, remember me? I'm the person who tackled that one guy who was trying to shoot you dead in the car.
Oh. Okay, so you're not actually with Dietrich. Okay, so all of you are doing like a little funny little espionage. I can't really get mad at you all. I kind of duped all of you as well.
Yeah, I mean, let's just get something clear out of the way. We wanted you dead, we would have just let you get shot in that car.
Okay, so that is news to me. So, okay, the gang's all here. Everyone's reunited. Great job. I'm going to have to ask you a few questions.
I think you hold a number of cards here. You do have two of our own kind of, you know, trapped. Don't worry, Katya, we'll get your girlfriend back. I don't know if Saber can still hear us while encased in crystal. But hey, he'll look over and say, does magic resistance say not do anything? Probably not magic or magecraft, or probably just like a regional effect.
You can because you're close. You can see that she is visibly trying to break free. She's not like, you know, restrained or anything, and it is you actually do see, maybe out of the corner of your eye, a few cracks forming. Her magic resistance is very strong, but it isn't instant.
That's horrifying.
Okay.
Cool.
Leon will say, Itsuki Kagamine. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Ivan is just. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I think you should go first. But I think Ivan would basically just sort of note that, Ivan would just say, "This is a reality, Marvel. Oh, understand that most things in here are under his control right now."
So where in your mind
Control, by the way.
Yeah, we got it. We got that. Trust me, we understand that. Leon will say, let's just calm down for a moment here. Itsuki Kagamine, you are correct in assuming that we are here for you, but not to kill you. I hope you understand. We have no personal vendetta against you. In fact, our plan, as it were, was to just get you out of this whole, I guess, situation as safely as possible without needing to spill your blood.
That seems
Go ahead.
inconsistent with your past actions. Are you not a kill squad? Hired by Kaldi to stop this Holy Grail war and make sure that nothing ever happens to your precious Magecraft world?
We keep using that term, but we're only really here to get rid of the servants, not of the masters.
Oh, cool. Interesting. So why did you kill Catherine von Dietrich?
Ooh,
I suppose I should ask. I suppose I should ask you. They say, like, kind of stopping, leaning on the pillow. They looks directly at you, Katya. I suppose I should ask you why you killed her in cold blood.
Well, they were kind of running away.
That was the wrong answer, Katya.
Ivan's got
to you.
Ivan's got like the expression of like, you've got to be shitting me right now. Like I don't think you've seen Ivan like properly disappointed in like the parental way of like, oh, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Nah, that's what you've got right now with Ivan.
What do you want from me? I'm a contract worker.
There you go.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean all of us are the same. Let me get.
Did you not sign a contract?
Well, yes, but we specified that it is not necessary to kill the masters. Yes, as per the rules of all this Holy Grail war bullshit, like it is quicker to get rid of this of the servants if you kill the masters. But we were told that it wasn't absolutely 100% necessary. Now
most of us do not share that viewpoint, or that moral standpoint either.
Now I don't want to make it seem like we're throwing her under the bus like this, but.
It kind of does.
Hold on, I'm about to defend you in a moment, alright?
Okay, Phoenix, right, what's your argument this time?
Looks over and says, now, there are of course times where the chips are down, and we need to defend ourselves. Dietrich proved herself to be quite a threat. Have you seen their Magecraft? Summoning a black hole just like that is dangerous. And besides, despite us telling them on multiple occasions to stand down, their servants still started coming after us and after civilians. Now that is someone that we consider a threat to the public, and somebody that shouldn't be allowed to, foster that type of behavior. Now don't get me wrong, I understand y'all Magi all sorts of different scales on the moral compass.
Ivan like holds out his hand like that topic is like sensitive. Ivan's just like got the hand like, this is like the look of a man who's.
You can't see because you're on the other side of the wall.
Oh fuck!
Like you specifically.
Hall of Mirrors, and there's a bunch of stuff in the way.
Itsuki does kind of say, okay, so you are Correct. Miss Dietrich is incredibly powerful. A huge threat to the populace, yes. But, unfortunately, for you, she's also my friend. And I understand that perhaps you felt some sort of obligation to the people, or, some sort of lawful good hero act trying to run in and save everyone.
Well, mostly because I just think that people killing others for no reason is kind of a dickhead move. But yeah.
I think when Leon says that, he also looks at Katya.
Sometimes people need to kill to survive. Yeah, but like a random fisherman in a village in the middle of nowhere, UK? Like, how does that benefit anybody? Soul cannibalism. I understand what you're trying to say. That's still fucked. Let me get something clear.
Oh.
I'm not your average Magi. I don't share that same strange view that other Magi have, where, you can just feel entitled to fuck over everybody just to benefit your goals. And, well, honestly, I've seen a lot of people fucking over other people throughout my travels and my time here in this Holy Grail War. And honestly, call me naive if you want to, but is it really that hard to just not be dickheads to one another? Okay, I'll call you naive because you allowed me to. This world constantly tries to shove you down. There is only one way to actually respond to the violence inherent in this world, and that's with more violence. I wish it wasn't so. And that's how you become part of the problem. Itsuki kind of narrows their eyes at you. And Itsuki's mom actually says okay, hold on. None of you are part of this conversation. Why are you all here? I'm here to talk to my son. And
Would you, for the love of everything that's holy shit?
Itsuki clicks their fingers and she's also swallowed up by crystals. I don't know
Oh
what you just
boy,
did,
we
but
are going.
I heard a voice.
Oh boy, this is not gonna be good, is it?
Could I
Okay.
see if there's any check how the crystals are made, or from what direction in any way?
Wait, say that again?
How the crystals are made and
They
by
just
who?
kind of sprout from the ground.
Yeah, but
as Ivan
looking
had said
through
previously.
looking through the
Scope.
I
Scope.
guess what you would see is that it is made of the same material that the floor, walls, and ceiling are made out of. Which doesn't tell you too much, but everything here looks like it's part of the same material, even these stone pillars. Like these stone pillars here still look like they're made of the same thing, even though they look like they should be of a different material. That's what I'll say you find.
see any stronger point to kind of set my sights on Archer?
Wait, what do you mean?
Through the scopes, if everything is made out of the same thing, is the one thing that is glowing stronger to see if I can see the servant that's making this?
You can't really see that, no.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, hold on. If the issue is here is me shooting Dietrich, what's the problem?
Ivan's just face palming. It's just internally, it's just how are
Let me
you
tell you
choosing the
something.
worst things to say?
Let me tell you something. Do you know what it feels like to die?
Can't say I do, but I mean, it's just a homunculi.
Ivan
who is
Ivan's just
a homunculus who is fully programmed with a facsimile of life. Perhaps not true life, but life nonetheless.
And they can come back unlike a normal person, so what's the issue?
You don't know
Ivan
anything
has
about
that.
it, do you? Let me tell you
Ivan's got
something.
that.
You clearly need a little bit of education. Homunculi cannot be reborn in terms of personality, mind. Dietrich, Miss Dietrich is a special one where she can come back. Except not really. They upload her memories and emotions from the old body into a new one. But it's never the same one. It hurts her every time. She feels the pain, the moment. And she knows that those memories aren't her own. She is a different person every single time she is killed. She is back to zero with memories that I can't fathom anyone being able to live with those jumbled up memories of someone who supposedly was you, but isn't you. And you made her go through that again.
Okay. So, circling back.
No. Kind of walks up to you, Katya, and just kind of like pokes your chest with her finger and says, I want you to tell me what you think it would feel like to constantly have memories of someone who you're supposed to be, but you can't be, fundamentally.
Not good, I imagine.
Not good. What's that? Oh, interesting. Well, my friend here just informed me of another fun little killing that you did. Just a few moments ago, apparently.
Few moments.
what?
Oh, you mean
What?
them?
You killed my dear old dad.
In self-defense?
How hard is it to avoid killing someone in self-defense?
Pretty hard when you're stuck inside a whatever this place is.
Now,
Mind Palace, Crystal Maze.
reality marble.
Reality marble.
Say at the same time, question mark. Leon will say, now, I already chastised her for that, trust me. And hey, in any other situation would have left the call up to you. Your old man was a dickhead, that much you can admit. I think we can agree on that one.
Yes. Perhaps I shouldn't hold too much ill will. It certainly screws up some things. I have a question for all of you. Fun questions all around. Are you all here for a wish on the Holy Grail? Or are you just here on a contract to stop us? Because you could definitely use that Grail for some good. You all seem to be the righteous types.
There is a wish that I promised to complete, but other than that, I'm just here to prove a point.
Interesting. And you, mercenary?
I mean, it's kind of a name. I'm just trying to make do.
Well, at least you're an honest scumbag. Well, I can't say that my wishes are particularly virtuous either. You ruined a lot of things, by the way. I don't care that I don't particularly care that he's dead. Well, rather, in any other situation. But I was planning on using the Grail to grant the two of them immortality and then have them cursed for all eternity.
So, a veritable Prometheus event, if it were.
Yeah, quite so. I think it would be a quite poetic punishment, if I do say so myself.
Oh, Leon kind of looks over to the side and, finally getting around the wall of mirrors and seeing, everybody else. And kind of says, Jay, stay away from that bloke over there pointing the servant. He pretended to be you and sounded just like you.
Okay, dropping the thing like. Okay. Wait. So. So, to summarize stuff, and granted that mages are not the most for referential. So your associate, your associate Dietrich, a homunculus base who is essentially like a like a photocopy of a photocopy. Really, when they die.
Crude way of putting it, but I suppose that's one way to say it.
Well, it's hard to factor in other scenarios because, given circumstances. So, 2, you have gripes with them for having them hard set on life, and also with the whole thinking that most of the folks here are a hit squad out to murk you for either righteous indignation or a semblance of attaining some benign wish granting cup of immortality.
Not what that is, but you got the gist of it, I guess.
I am just a regular person. I am not a contract hitman. And answering your questions, I came in with a shotgun. I happen to have the rebreather on me. And no, I do not think you're stupid. You're actually one of the more clever and insightful one of these mages that I've come across so far, barring these folks here, who I'm assuming are mages. I don't know. Now, I was offered. Now, I do happen to have theatrical connections, and I still want to read over your script, but I think that's a moot point right now, given, you put 2 people in crystalline cages, and...
Yeah, I think you're just kind of begging for your life right now, aren't you?
Not begging for my life, more so putting out gripes.
I'm just kind of thinking I should just kill you. It'd be a lot easier if you're just a common person.
Look, we made a promise that you're going to get out of this one alive, alright? Let's put cards on the table like that.
Okay, so what do you actually want? What, do you want me to lay down my arms?
Is it that difficult to understand?
Do
We just
you
want your
want-
servant dead, and that's it. You get to walk out of this one alive and continue your life as a Broadway artist or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish here. Your parents are of no concern to us. Be them dead, alive, stuck in prison, living forever, we don't care. Kinda instinctively points one arm to Itsuki's like mother, but it's like the gauntlet arm, so it's still like kind of charged like the circuits, and says, obviously you have no love lost for them, neither do we. We don't even like know them personally like that. So
only gripe I had with them is because they tried to drown me.
yeah, so we don't really care exactly what they do after this. We're just here for a very simple purpose. Fight your servant, take them down, and you don't need to die for this.
Okay, wait, so you're here for like a fair fight. You just want to like, get that entire thing out of the way and just like, win completely fair and square. And then just spare me, and then just let me go on with my life.
You haven't done anything to us yet, though I am starting to reconsider my options, seeing as how you're acting just like all the other magi.
Look, I mean, I do have one of your allies hostage and one of your servants encased in crystal. I could literally just like kill them, but
With all due respect, we do have 14 command seals to your 3.
That's true. Well, you know what? Screw it. That is incredibly audacious of all of you, and I don't actually hate that.
We also,
dear sir, please let her go.
we also,
Katya, you are released from a grapple.
Also, we might have a way to help your, actually, no, Leon wouldn't be able to know, like, because I can't see the instructor on the other side of the wall. Never mind. Scratch that. Leon will just say, but he will ask, also, where the hell did your instructor went to? They were around where the reality marble went off. Are they inside here?
Yeah, encased in crystal as well. Keeping her in stasis. She won't be... Her body is frozen in time, essentially. I'm planning to just get her to a hospital after this is all over.
Shouldn't we do that first?
You can't hold this reality marble forever. There's... it must take an extraordinary amount of mana that you're not directing to your servant.
Yeah, that is... well... that would be true, yes.
So here's what
I suppose I'm not in any form of... I suppose that if I tried to fight you all now, it wouldn't exactly be a fair fight.
So here's what's going to happen. You're going to release Saber over there. Then you're going to drop this reality marble. We'll get your instructor to some medical help. Then we'll find a nice, quiet place to get this over with. Alright?
Itsuki kind of like, looks at you, narrows her eyes, looks around, looks over at Katya, says, as long as you keep a muzzle on that one.
Don't worry, we'll put a cone of shame on her later on.
Fine. You kind of, like, Katya, you kind of see as, like, Saber's about to, like, break free of the crystal. It's like the cracks are actually finally forming and and then the crystals just recede. Alright. Pack it up, everyone. What's it called? They kind of, like, you watch as Itsuki's mom kind of, like, just, the crystal holding Itsuki's mom just kind of, like, recedes into the ground. As there is a kind of like a rumbling, a crumbling, and a flash of light as you're all essentially returned to the real world. And give me a moment to set something up.
Just as a funny little bit, before all the shenaniganry gets reset, Jay would just say to Itsuki, You know, given your proclivities, I half expected it to be a labyrinth rather than a maze. Nice touch with crystals, though.
Right, give me a moment, sorry. Okay, I don't actually have a... I thought I had, like, something ready for this, but that's fine. I will just set it up around here. Give me a moment.
Okay. In the meantime, though, Leon will look over. Ah, damn. Ryan's a BRB shit. Look over at Ivan and Jay and say, what have the two of you been doing all this time?
I have been
Well-
negotiating, but
How did that work out?
less than optimal.
I figured.
I think like Leon would just sort of hear it in Ivan's voice, like, this isn't how he usually is. He's fucking pissed. And it doesn't seem like it's directed at Itsuki. It's simply just...
Exasperation.
It is... He's fucking... It's not even just exasperation. This is like the angriest you've seen him.
You see Jay, who's in sopping wet clothes. I nearly drowned to this woman.
Alright, I'll place you over in this map. You did actually, like, you know, like, yeah, I'll say that Izki, like, brings you all kind of back to, like, the back alley, and you actually do see, like, you hear, like, gunshots, and, like, you know, like police sirens and, like, ambulance sirens, and, you know, Saber just kind of says, you know, like, actually, like, you know, readies her Excalibur and says, by the way, Alicia's men have come and, exterminated the rest of the Kagamine forces, but they seem to be in some sort of shootout. Kleos and Archer seem to be handling it. Up until the moment where my master recalled me, but I don't know what's become of that.
Where is Ivan, by the way?
I don't know. He didn't get copy pasted. Please
Marvin
him
as
down
well.
somewhere.
Marvin as well.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, give me a moment.
Need a double saber.
Oh, I only see one saber.
I only see one saber.
I
Damn.
swear my Dutch side.
Dutch
here.
I'm so
side out
fucking
of the
sorry, Marvin, but you are schizophrenic.
No, I'm gonna
Things, man.
send
It's
this.
not real.
Can I get a second one?
No, you do not get a second.
Yeah. If you don't believe me.
But yeah, so Itsuki is like kind of like holding his their instructor like in their arms, and you actually see that like Itsuki's mother is kind of like just unconscious. In the corner, and says, "You can leave her there. I suppose we should get my professor to a hospital."
What happened to the bodies of the dead? Actually,
Good question. I'd say Ivan probably like smells like the stench of dead bodies that have been like lopped somewhere in the
trash.
dumpster.
Dumpster.
Jesus. Okay.
I mean, it's New York.
I mean, well, that is where old boy belongs to, I guess. But
And as Katya says, we're out the reality marble. We can strike now. Saber is going to rush forward and
Can Ivan actually can Ivan see that happening? And try and like
there's a servant
pick
moving.
up
I think that's a
It's
little
a
bit
servant.
too fast.
fuck.
A little bit too
So-
fast for us.
Shit, man.
Where? Gotcha.
Jesus. Okay.
Can Ivan try to like interject in between?
I meant that as a suggestion, but I kind of forgot that Saber is Saber.
Yeah, you
Slight
freaking attack dog.
miscommunication error.
Oh lord, why?
And
I mean, you know,
and hold
this could-
on, because that is also a cone in front of of Saber.
I will say that it's going to. I will say that it's going to be angled in a way that, like, only gets Itsuki.
Okay.
I will say.
It doesn't get her mom.
Yeah.
Oh, their mom, yeah.
You remember we're dealing with a shapeshifter, right? That could be a servant. Proving everything she just said.
They succeed on one of them.
Well, this is
You better hope that's not a servant.
As like say like you watch as like Saber like just in a blur as Ivan you try to will your body to like get in between them, but servants as you watch as 1 2 3 4 5 like 1 2 block 3 4 5 as Itsuki is just like slashed with a glowing sacred blade. As I'll say, this does not actually bring them down to 0, but I will say that this is probably a system shock to the point where I will rule them as falling back unconscious as Saber's final like strike just like makes them plummet to the floor. As Saber turns around and says, "Situation neutralized. They're still breathing."
What did you do?
Ivan,
If people look at me, you can see me just like staring in genuine shock.
okay.
Thank you, Saber. Looks at the rest of the party.
Leon doesn't even look back. He just kind of like fucking slides over. I'm gonna well, unconscious you say, but I guess Leon wouldn't know that right away because he just saw somebody get cut to fucking ribbons in front of him for all he knows. And like he tries his best to do spare the dying through the the infinite variation effect of the precipitation.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna put it back into the thing. Here we go.
Jay takes out a stethoscope to confirm or deny statement.
Where is?
Are they breathing?
There it is. Information, and I'm going to
They're-
roll my Arcana.
They are obviously in shock, but they might live, especially because Leon, manages to use spare the dying. I'll say at the very least, like it ensures that they are stable. They don't see, they're not. I'm gonna say that this is going to effectively, even though normally spare the dying wouldn't do this, I will say that for the purposes of this, Itsuki will not be bleeding out.
Yeah. In any case, Jay would also, from the friggin' duffel bag, get out a first aid kit, basically a healer's kit, to kind of try and patch them up.
Leon will say, "Give me some of those," because the instructor's also bleeding out. He's basically a little bit too focused on just keeping the two of them alive.
Yeah.
To be angry, I guess, at the moment.
Caster kind of rushes, forward to start doing some healing spells, and he just kind of hesitates and says, "Wait. Hold on.
Hmm?
Isn't this a good thing?"
Okay, here's the... Jay kind of looks like... Okay. Vis-a-vis, they were kind of a few screws short of a toolbox. However, this was there was going to be a bit of commonality of they agreeing to the fair fight, and then Jay kind of stares daggers at Katya and Saber.
Oh, by the way, I was waiting for y'all to finish, so... And
Yeah, that's fine.
Ivan does, like, walk up, like, basically after, like, they make... He's, like... He probably looks over at Izuki first, just making sure, like, they're okay, and everybody's, like, tending to them. Before he fucking marches up to Katya, like, there is no hesitation anymore. No. Grit your teeth! This is going to hurt! Ivan, like... I think Ivan, like, clenches his fist as he actually, like, puts fucking effort into reinforcing it to make sure that, like, his weak body is not going to stop him from, like, making it known that he's pissed the fuck off. And just decks Katya across the face.
Attempts to.
What would that be, since it's using what's it called?
Unarmed strike against the AC.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that fucking strength? Yeah, like...
I said arm strike, but I said he's like reinforcing it. I'm not even sure or if I can do it without.
I guess it would be like...
I'll give you a +2, I guess. Like, I won't let you use your spellcasting modifier. I'll give you a +2.
That's fine.
8? Oh, Katya, do you want to, like, dodge this, or do you want to, like, just, like, grab his fist?
I'm probably just gonna grab his fist. AC of 17.
What the hell were you thinking?
We're gonna fight them anyway, weren't we? I admit
We
it was
had a
hasty
ceasefire.
decision.
We had a truce.
Leon almost died. I almost died.
Do you think your actions through any bit? The reason why you even got into that mess was because you ran ahead and didn't think a moment through.
Listen, Ivan. Did you or did you not sign a contract to stop this Holy Grail war? Does that contract not specify that lethal force is authorized? Did I just not neutralize an enemy servant?
You incapacitated a master. Their servant can come back right now. And honestly, this is probably one of the worst places to be to fight that thing. Because as it stands now,
we can kill Kagamine. And we can use Kagamine as a bargaining chip to get Alicia Cascada to get rid of her servant.
Yeah, the same person who I just called like 20 minutes ago to help give us backup.
Saber kind of says, it's completely understandable why all of you are against my master's orders, but please think of this in the grand scale of an actual Holy Grail war. I made sure not to actually kill this master, but we have a bargaining chip now, like my master just said.
Don't tell me you thought that all the other masters here were gonna play fair against us.
Yeah, but if we lower ourselves to
doesn't
their
matter.
level, then what the fuck are we doing? And you, pointing at, looking at Saber, what are you, some form of fucking puppet? Do you not think for yourself? Do you just hear the word kill and you see red?
I am not a puppet in the slightest. What I am is a person who what I am is a person who realizes that sometimes the hard choices have to be made, and sometimes we need all the tools at our disposal.
Oh, I forgot. King Arthur over here, the greater good of the people making the choices for everybody else.
You dare question my title? She says,
Question.
kind of like stepping forward towards you.
Leon does kind of seem to flinch a little bit. Obviously he's a servant. Like he's not that bossy. But like he does kind of like stare at her. I says, I question the person behind the title at the very least.
Jay, seeing that friggin' Leon is a little bit flinching and being right next, being like sort of in between them, and also Jay being taller than friggin' Saber, because Saber is like 5'1" and Jay is 5'5", just looks down at her, kind of standing up like, okay. First off, as both a king and a conqueror, you know full well there is a difference between an active armistice between enemies, and what you just did being a full-on ambuscade out of thin air.
You are trying to mold the necessary tactics and honor of a countrywide war against a small skirmish between only 7 masters.
Always start with the little things. If you cannot handle those, then the big things are out of your reach.
I think you're forgetting that Kagamine is still alive and she doesn't need to die.
Yeah, no, I understand Kagamine is alive, kind of like putting like an ear up to like hear if they're still breathing. What was it called?
And they are, thankfully.
And say, I understand they're still alive, but I'm not going to use them as a hostage. Let's be real here. Much like almost all of us here, well, with the exception of Jay, Kagamine is much as a victim of the system as all of us.
I'm not saying we kill her or anything, I say we use her as a bargaining chip.
No, that's still using a hostage. Kind of. Now, let's think about this clearly. We are in the middle of downtown New York. Shootout is happening within a couple of blocks of us, and there are 2 people bleeding out on the ground next to us, with their blood on our hands, so to speak. Well, one of them at least.
Technically,
This does not look good for us on multiple levels, no matter how you cut it.
Ryder actually chimes in and says, to add on to my master's point, there is something that is bothering me, and I believe should bother everyone else under my protection. I cannot sense any servant coming near us. I have not been sensing any servant coming near us for the past 5 or 10 minutes. You would think that they would strike now, try to recover Itsuki's body, or something like that.
yeah.
I'm not saying that they have abandoned them, but if they have the gall and confidence to leave them in our possession, we might very well be already done for.
Actually, that raises a good point. Do we see any command seals on Kagamine?
You do. There are, 3 fresh command seals. Actually, let me post what their command seals look like.
Oh, do you have a...
And where?
I'll say left hand.
Alright.
Give me a moment, it's gonna take a while. to find it, but yeah.
What was it called? I was gonna say, like, if we do see a Command, they're still... sorry, they're still, like, active, I guess, visible. Leon will say, well, the contract is still there, I think. That's what this means. So, Servant is still alive, active, and around.
And also, if that was the shapeshifter, yeah, screw the pooch on this one, because now that they are Luganskis, and they can look like just about anybody.
With their memories,
Yeah.
too. We figured that out when they spoke the passphrase.
Wait, what?
Looks like they're able to retain some form of memories of whoever they copy.
Ivan doesn't mention the fact that he can probably tell who they are just from the scent of fucking blood.
Now, whoever that Count of Monte Cristo wannabe bloke is, they're very dangerous. You know, they almost took me down. He kind of just put like a hand over his chest where he was trying to like rip his heart out.
Jay kind of looks over at friggin' Leon and kind of taking tension off the situation, like, kind of steers back, like, okay, you said they mimicked me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you not find anything suspicious?
Seemed more confident than you, and I don't say that, you know, no offense really.
Wait, what?
No
You say
offense,
more
really.
confident?
Yeah, no offense really, but they seem more confident about the situation than you. That's kind of me saying it in hindsight. I didn't notice anything too bad at the time.
Okay, I don't know whether I feel insulted or impressed, but still, you should have shot him, or at least attempted to.
What if it was a real you? Like,
Shoot him in the leg or some shit. I don't know. Oh,
Cass just kind of like, you know, like taps your shoulder with like his like staff and says, curb your willingness to die, master. You're kind of the most squishy out of all of us. I know you were totally fine with having a you know, bones removed and everything, but you know, let's not get too ahead of ourselves and just turn into a mage again. All right?
Right. Actually, you said that Caster casted like healing spells on the both of them. Like, how's the structure looking? Or is their life still in danger? Or
Their life is less in danger now. Healing spells are like, you know, spiritual surgery is like a very specific type of healing spell. Caster is basically essentially casting prayer of healing, which is basically keeping their body stable, but there are still things that will probably be broken inside there that can't be fixed without, you know, proper surgery.
we can still salvage this, says Leon as he stands up, scratching like the back of his head. They can still salvage this. Is Ajay wear his normal clothes or his disguise? Don't remember. Honestly, I'm still in shock. He'll say, we are going to have to separate them. No, some of us should take the instructor somewhere else, a hospital maybe, or call an ambulance. Make them believe that this is it was probably just a bad fever dream. And
Okay.
then the rest of us
take
takes
numbers.
Kagamine somewhere else.
Okay, so doctors. Okay.
You're American, Jay. You do you know somewhere around this place that has a hospital?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoopsie friggin' do. Just because I am American, I know every place in New York. I've only been to New York once.
But do you know any hospitals around?
Leon, I have a list of people who I like and dislike depending on shenanigans. You, depending on the next answer, you might go up or down on that list, and I will not tell you where you stand at this point.
All right,
But-
fuck it. I'll just Google Maps this shit. And
I mean, we're gonna do it. Maybe we can do it different. Me and Jay are still in disguise. We can walk back in with her, call an ambulance and police, say that these weird men showed up. You know, the mages, but say that they shoot her. We gave a description of the mages, and that's it.
And then the rest of us take Kamina somewhere else. I'm not going to take them back to the safe house that Beryl gave us because I still don't trust that bloke. No matter what Krishkaya says. So, he does sound a little bit pain when he says that last part. And he says, we need to keep...
Allen Presbyterian is a couple blocks up the street from here, and there's another one that's like closer towards Midtown.
Actually, Itsuki and the instructor were inside a car when
they were. It's crashed now.
Actually, because they wouldn't have been in there. We were in the street, so yeah, it probably got crashed somewhere.
Yeah. If you do kind of like actually like I will say that like Archer will sort of like return, kind of like just appearing, kind of like above you, like calling down on you. Master, the rest of you. I believe the situation has been. I hesitate to call it resolved. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about aiding criminals in escaping the police, but things are calming down now.
How? All right.
Okay.
Who are? Did you win?
Pyrrhic victory at the least, but
Leon will say.
It sure doesn't feel like one.
Leon will say, "All right, crazy idea, but it's the only thing I can think of at the moment. Let's take Itsuki to the Cascada household."
And
This
Caster just kind of like says, I mean, it's not, they are friends or something along those lines. I feel like that would be fine, right?
And there will be
Don't get them to team up against us.
but there will be an army of armed lackeys in between us and the servant.
and also, when they wake up, they go have some questions. Probably not the best scenario.
Unless any of you can think of a better location, undisclosed location to put Itsuki in while we think of what to do next. I'm all ears.
listen,
Imagine if fucking Marvin brings him to the fucking Mage nightclub.
honestly, would be pretty rad. I don't know.
I got a place in Harlem that I can stash them for a bit. I can go and give them first aid. I can help them out from there. And y'all's hail a cab, taking them to the hospital. Say we pulled the teacher out of a car accident.
It's apartment? No, we can't take Itsuki to your apartment because what's it called? Then what other safe house will you use?
It's not a. Look, I have contingency for it.
No, I wasn't referring to what you just said, Jay. I was just reading what Nathan typed. Leon wouldn't immediately think of Evan's apartment because then that's just kind of asking for the servant to attack us in your apartment. We need a place. We need a place that is not related to any of us that we can still use as as cover, I guess.
Jay's holding up his hand. I got a place in friggin' Harlem, like I said.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, Leon will say, well, that works, I guess, if we don't want to use Cascada household.
Listen, if Cascada finds out any of us went back to our word of an honest battle, we might have it worse off than we already have.
Then the Harlem apartment it is. Then let's fly a cab. Say that our friend here, fainted during auditions. That's just prop blood under under clothes, and
Can
and
Ivan actually can Ivan try and actually not like he would basically use like minor hemomancy. Like normally he can only control his blood, but he's just using he's just like forcing it off at that point. Could you just do that? Like it's
what
just
do you?
not.
what
I'm just
do
trying
you-
to clean
what
the
do you
blood
do?
off of the fucker.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can just do that, like.
also Leon has precipitation. I guess we can also do that. The rest seems to have forgotten of hers. The cone of shame will have to wait. Leon will say, all right, if that's the plan, let's get to this, because I think we've dallied enough and these people are bleeding out. So let's get out of here.
Okay, well, I don't have a fucking map for the fucking Harlem hideout.
Just do like the.
Like the
Don't you have like
city-
a rinky-dink apartment?
I think
Or
just the city
hotel?
view will be.
Yeah, I'll
alright.
just bring y'all to the city view.
Like we don't need to go out of our way to type on Google Images Harlem hideout apartment. Stock images.
Yeah, just go to the.
I have a
Let's go
feeling that
on.
would bring up something else entirely.
No. Go back to the one where Jay was talking to the mobsters because that was Harlem.
God. Alright, well, we are brought back here. I'll say that, like, I'm gonna say that you're probably going to, like, spend phase 6 just trying to fucking,
Scatter.
fix the situation.
Yeah, like obviously Leon proposed the plan of like, hey, some of us take this person to the hospital or call an ambulance, and some of us take Itsuki to the hideout. Obviously, like, I don't want to like just like take decisions for the team here. So like, if y'all have like an idea,
Jay-
that could add on to this, I guess.
It
who goes
would
where.
say instead of calling an ambulance, call a cab because A, faster than New York. B, sometimes people in stressful situations in the city, they will dump folks off in a cab and take them straight to the hospital. That is something crazy shenaniganry.
Yeah, because
Well-
because ambulances cost like $1 million fucking dollars.
Well, they're oh no, actually they probably don't have money. They're an art instructor.
Damn.
Social
Damn.
commentary on Fate Eternal Wait.
I know this as an art student myself.
Yeah.
Currently comes along with the Kagamine group. Leon will kind of do the I'm watching you, tell like hand gesture, and says keep Saber on spirit form. Oh wait, no, she can't do that. Shit. Keep Saber away for the time being. I don't want I don't want slippery fingers to like swing the sword and suddenly falls on Kagamina's heart or something.
Friggin'
What were you gonna say, Katya?
I was gonna say, it won't happen.
Also, y'all's coming to my neighborhood, so try not don't do anything shifty. Looking at Katya, like Leon, Leon, you'll somewhat be fine, I guess. Well, yeah, it's Harlem. You'd be fine.
Leon, before we part ways of whoever's taking who elsewhere, I assume, Marvin did suggest that he might be the one to take the instructor to the hospital. Unless I'm
Okay,
mistaken.
are you calling an ambulance then?
It's the
It's,
cab shenaniganery.
Are we going with the cap or?
The cab
still-
That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you.
Oh yeah. What? Yeah. What
Oh,
are
yeah.
you doing in this case?
I mean, you know, knowing America indeed, ambulances are pricey as hell, so I would take her to a cab.
Yeah.
Give him a
And
bigger
go-
tip.
And go with her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll say that, like, in the end, it is a night that is, well, you know, incredibly stressful for everyone involved.
I don't wanna.
I
I want to ask Leon a question as we're just traveling to Jay's hideout.
yeah.
Leon, back early inside the reality marble thing, why? Were you okay? Why didn't you use a command seal? You're about to die.
Looks back and says, I'm going to be honest, it's a couple of reasons I didn't do it. One, I didn't know if it would even work or if I'll just be wasting the command seal. And two, if Ryder was already somewhere else, well, I didn't want to just put him in a rough situation by teleporting into the reality marble. And three, I wasn't really expecting to, well, I guess the shock kind of took over me for a moment there. You know, the adrenaline kicked in, standing face to face against that servant. How many people can you say did that and still live? You know, besides Marvin. He, you know, that guy, you know, that is one crazy bloke. I'll give him that.
Well, like, Ryder will actually kind of, like, say, there are many things that I understand as a great pharaoh, but there are some things that I must admit I do not understand. I must admit to you, Master, I was taken into the reality marble. I was there, separated from you. What I can't figure out is how something like that was so powerful as to block out servant telepathy altogether. There was no feel it. I could not feel your presence, and I assume you could not feel mine.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your backup.
That's
And
another reason
there.
that adds to the reasons. I think. I thought that something, if it was that strong, you know, to block servant connection, probably was strong enough to block command seals. But you disproved that theory, Katya.
I guess you owe me one.
I do. That's why I tried to defend you as best as I could in front of Itsuki, and then do judgment.
Okay. So
I
we
appreciate it.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're coming over to my neck of the woods. Wipe your feet before you get in. The dude at the counter doesn't really ask questions. I gave him an extra tip for that, and I'm not taking them into my actual place I'm staying. I have a thing. So this is at least a good spot for them to cool off. So
As what's it called? As you're all kind of like walking, Saber will kind of like, you know, sort of telepathically talk to you, Katya. Saying, I apologize for not being able to act quickly to protect you while we were inside of that marble.
No, it's fine. Well, we were in a reality marble.
I've been in reality marbles before, and even then, such mastery over the art is rare. Incredibly so, actually. My magic resistance should have been able to break free, and it did, but not in an opportune time. Master, I think you are right to want to take out Itsuki as fast as possible. They are a mage. I wouldn't say beyond compare, but Prodigy is right.
It's
in
the
this
strongest
case.
magecraft I've seen so far, that's for sure. I just don't think we can get away with killing them right now, with the rest of the party being understanding.
I will stand by on your orders. She kind of like sighs and says, showing honor in this grim battle of fates is admirable, but I fear that it's going to be the downfall of everyone. Just like it was for me.
I can only hope that everyone learns the lesson before that happens. I don't want to lose another squad again.
As Jay, actually no, it wouldn't be Jay, it would be Marvin. I'll say that you basically, well, on your way to the hospital, I would imagine you fill in Cleos and basically all that happened inside the marble. Yeah. Cleos kind of says, I do not wish to speak ill of our allies, but it sounds like the Master of Saber is becoming more and more of a... You see him hesitate, he doesn't want to say the word that he's going to say.
You know you can speak your mind with me, right?
I was going to say a liability.
I had it cross my mind. If she has no honor in her word, what honor do we have that she will protect us?
But what are we to do about it? We can't just start infighting, that much is true, but... What is our move, Master?
Stay prepared. Seek for weaknesses, act like allies, and if they come for us, we strike harder back. Till then, not much we can do. Everything we could possibly do only would lead to weaken our group.
Yes, I suppose retaliation is the only real way to go about it. I just think so many stumbles this early in our journey. It almost feels like a war between our faction is increasingly inevitable, and I just don't want that to happen.
You sound surprised.
Not surprised, but just... I was also part of a great group of heroes who didn't get along. But we all had a common goal, a common desire to achieve something. It almost feels like... And I was convinced that we at the very least all understood that we were doing this for the sake of humanity. but everyone's methods are so wildly different. And we don't have a leader either. And that's... I thought we would be able to surmount this odd, but...
You see, you remember when I asked everybody about what they want, right? What they seek, and what their possible wish would be?
Correct.
It then already told me that this group was doomed to fall apart. Katja, by all means necessary, wants to end this war. Give the grill to their employer. Leon seems as a kind-hearted man, but that will be one day his downfall. Jay has no knowledge whatsoever. So, one day he will come to terms with the fact that that will hold him and us back. It also tends to make him less thought and meaning behind his actions. For he's following us for now. And Ivan, I don't know what to think. I saw him sneak off. Well, found him talking to her. To our enemies alone. And his only wish is revenge, which can eat him up. The party is split on what to do, when to do. The only logical leader was, in the beginning, Leon, but it seems that Katja now will have a hard time following him. That will give friction as well. We can't choose a leader without this, well, with this issue, and we can't function without it.
It does seem inevitable, and I don't know if I can fight fate. It's not a thing that people from my age were able to ever do. But I only hope that we can find some sort of way to stop this inevitable doom.
Oh, it's quite easy. Choose a side. Do you want to have honor in our battles with our enemies? Do you want them to spare the masters? Or do you want to finish this as quickly as possible? Do what we need to do to get the job done.
In most cases, I would go for the most direct option, but this world is much more complicated than it was back in my day. Unfortunately, I cannot give you a straight answer right now.
Well, think about it, because one day we'll need to make that choice. And we'll decide everything for us.
And I will say that around around the end of like phase 6, so like around like midnight and such, Leon, you will kind of like, you feel kind of like a headache coming on, like a sort of like, you know, one of those like sharp headaches, like that doesn't like take over your entire head. It's like on like a specific part of your like brain, it, like starts to like hurt. That just starts happening
migraine.
to you. Yeah, except it stops and you hear, apologies for not checking in for very long, but we have managed to set foot on my homeland and we have set up shop. How goes the mission to save humanity?
Ruler.
Uh
That he just assumes that's ruler because
huh.
who else has that type of bombastic presence? I guess among the people he knows. He says, "Ruler, good to hear you again." He's gonna try, I guess, communicating this through like telepathy because I assume that's how the message coming in. So he's
Yeah,
trying to
and
get
it does
across.
work.
Um,
It just kind of says, I bet you missed the sound of my voice. Well, fear not, for you are now privy to the council of the Demon King.
Council. Does this mean Nolga is also in the call, so to speak?
Well, she's sorting out some sort of hotel shenanigans. I am not entirely sure how these newfangled systems of commerce work, but it is quite interesting.
I see. Leon is trying to balance like 3 different conversations at this point. He's talking to Katya, he's talking to Marvin on the phone, he's talking on his mind as well. What was it called? So it takes him a moment to get back every time something comes in. You see that Leon kind of like has to buffer a little bit, but he eventually says, "We are still chasing down the masters. We located 2 of them. We are. You don't even know how close we are to taking down one of them. We'll just need a little bit more time, I think, to deliberate on things. You know how it is."
Very well. I have just contacted your saber as well, and it seems that you have one of them in your disposal. Tell me, do you wish to take them out immediately?
We'll take down the... Well, as much as I don't like it, it seems we're using them as a bargaining chip for the servant to lure them out. I'd rather not kill any of the masters, you see, and we'll try our best to see if we can take down the servant first. Either way, that means that they'll be out of the war, doesn't it, ruler?
I will attempt to help you out as much as I can. You only need to attempt to call out to me, and I should be able to pull some strings for you. My command seals are quite powerful, considering I was summoned for a war for such a global scale. I should be able to use them if the need is dire enough, even across the sea.
That's good to hear, and also terrifying.
That does also mean that I have the reins on any of your servants, so don't you dare try anything untowards. I'll let you figure out.
What does that even mean?
I'll let you be the judge of what I mean by impermissible behavior.
I don't know what you mean, and you're gonna have to spell it out for me because I'm not going to lie. A lot of things have been happening today, and I cannot deal with people being cryptic right now. So,
very fair enough. I only mean causing any form of mass collateral damage, or perhaps going rogue and doing some mass murdering. That I do not believe I can abide, at least not under my jurisdiction.
okay, well, yeah, no, I don't think it would really cause like any collateral damage during non-time in New York here. But we have seen that some people have disconnected to us, I should add. We're trying to mitigate that as the best we can. Nijramkiller against mass murder, yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, listen, she's trying to be a ruler. Keyword try.
He'll say, that being said, I think you should know because you were around, I believe, when this happened. One of the the heads of the Kagamina family is dead, I'm pretty sure. So-
Splendid.
Splendid. They weren't part of the war. Is it good that they're dead?
Well, I didn't like them, so.
Well, not one arbiter of rules you are.
Indeed.
Well, just thought you should know because I'm pretty sure you were around when they tried to, to buy us out.
We are talking about the purple-haired one, the one that punched out the big one.
Yeah, we are talking about that guy. Yeah.
Ah, well. I believe the world will be all the better for it.
Well, yeah. Well, I can't say I'm too broken up about the death. Just about the fact that, again, I'd much rather not spill too much blood, and also I would have let the Vintors for your coworker, don't you think? No, and also, we would have ideally left the call of the dead to the kid. But hey, beggars and choosers and that team. He'll say,
it sounds like you all have everything under control.
you could say that. Kind of. I estimate we'll probably resolve things within the next couple of days, hopefully. In the meantime, you two have fun on your trip to Japan. And, hopefully...
Yes,
maybe
I am quite excited to see this sky tree created in Tokyo. I am quite impressed with how tall my people have managed to build.
Okay. Make sure to
So
take...
have you ever...
Go ahead.
Have you ever used your feasted your eyes on a rice cooker? It is quite an interesting invention. It is automatic, but with no real need for complex machinery. You see.
If I had a dollar for every servant that came up to me asking me about the wonders of mundane technology, I'd have two, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. It is very impressive, though. I'll give you that.
Also, fear not. We shall not just be sightseeing. I have already detected the presence of some sort of servant around the vicinity of the Tokyo Prefecture. My sense is not so precise that I can track them down immediately, but we will be doing investigations and we will be keeping you updated.
Okay. Keep us notified on what's happening, and make sure to keep an eye out on Olga. Last time we met, she was getting on things way in over her head. The same can be said of us, I guess.
I believe it is the nature of those who would throw themselves in the middle of a Holy Grail war to be a little bit over their heads. After all, you are playing with forces that the counterforce never intended for you to play with.
I'm sure that made sense to somebody, but but I will say that we're just trying to do our best here. Hopefully by the what time would it be? Yeah, hopefully by the same day next month, this whole stuff will be resolved and blown over.
Okay, and she does bid you good luck and ends the called the start and the end of a connection with Nobunaga are signaled by maybe like a 1 second migraine before it goes away.
And flinches once again, and he's like, okay. He stops associating from the other calls he was, the other conversations he was having, and he will just turn around and I guess listen to Jay try to put a dunce cap on counting question mark.
And then you fear the follow up. Well, I don't participate in your little kill squad shenaniganry 80 kill switch.
Well, if you don't want to, we can call Mr. Animosphere right now and we can cancel your contract. Somebody else can take over your servant and you can go back to your military life or whatever you were doing beforehand. I don't really know.
Well, as it stands, this is Hazard paying compensation for services rendered and BS handed into my corner. So, if you read the fine print, friggin' it. Lethal force is required but not recommended. Or did you just say, or did you just say, lethal force, license to kill, blammo? Is that your modus operandi then?
Well, to my defense,
Also, does the
I
Geneva
was meant
Convention not ring any bells to you?
I mean, we're in the world of Magecraft now. you know,
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
really apply here and all of that. Plus, I was actually supposed to be part of a kill squad that was to support the mages. I received a bit of an upgrade at the final moment. Just like you, I guess.
Oh, whoop-de friggin' do. So I guess friggin' Merlin, Houdini, and whoever the frig made y'all's little powwow forgot common decency towards the common man.
Saber kind of speaks up and says, I'm not sure if you've ever met Merlin, but that's actually a pretty accurate description of what his moral compass tended to be.
As much as I want to agree with you, Jay, I think anybody who practices magecraft is far from the common person. Well, trust me, I'm not happy about the situation either. But, well, you know, shit, what can we do? Going back in time is true magic, we can't do that.
Plus, hey, you remember Miss Kagamine over here? Fully endorsed Miss Dietrich using soul cannibalism.
Which, I'm still not sure how to feel about that. I would have thought the Kagamine would have been a little bit more decent than that.
Exactly, she's a mage.
There.
Caster kind of manifests and says, yeah, let's see. And this is coming from someone who's not actually a mage. I'll put that down here. I was taught by a mage. I don't actually practice. Not regularly. But they were raised by a mage, but the kid's pretty broken. And I don't mean that as an insult or, to deride them or anything. I'm talking about, kids like this. Kids like this end up like this when they have, normal abusive parents. What happens to someone who is like that and has to deal with magic abusive parents?
In the mage world, yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. Itsuki is a victim of the system, same as a lot of the people that we're up against.
Giving them a heroic spirit capable of causing mass destruction probably isn't a good idea.
I would more or less compare it to single target destruction, considering. But You know, I understand.
Depends on
Your
the hero
point.
spirit.
I understand your point. Yeah, no. It's a mentality that has been fostered by the environment that they grew up in. While obviously I can't make too much excuses for Itsuki because they are their own person, they have to think for themselves. I'm putting a lot of the blame on their parents and just Meiji society as a whole. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm an anarchist here, but I mean, you guys already know that I don't have the best views on how the Meiji world operates.
Look,
Oh,
you're
I
an
can
anarchist.
certainly agree with you.
Look, you're an anarchist. For me, I'd see myself as socially liberal, but basically conservative at this point. And half the way.
No idea what those words mean,
Actually-
Caster says.
I think we're getting a little bit too political, everybody. Let's just put it this way, Caster. I empathize with Itsuki on multiple levels, but I can't endorse the actions that they endorse. So, I'm a bit conflicted. I still don't think they have to die. He kind of looks over to the side. I still don't think they have to die, but we can't let them get away with what they're doing. Because, well, obviously we don't know this for a fact, but if they are also having their servant, you know, engage in soul cannibalism, same as Dietrich was, then they are a danger to have that servant with them. But ultimately, well, since it just seems at the end of the day Itsuki only wants to live their own life, I believe that's why the course of action is just to eliminate the servant. Without a servant there, the temptation to join the war is not there, and they can just go on and, well, become an actor or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty for the whole mercy route, but there is one thing that I do want to ask you all about. Kind of
Okay.
walks over to like Itsuki's like, you know, unconscious body, and like takes his left hand and says, "What do we do with these?"
Most practical option would be to chop off a hand, but we're not doing that.
That's career. We...
Not to sound like a saber or anything. Saber kind of like gives him a fucking like mean look. It's like, no offense, but we kind of do have them in a scenario where we can make the most of it.
Like, here's the thing. In an ideal world,
I do not want to mangle this person.
in an
all
ideal
right?
world, we would make the way this would be resolved is that we make a very convincing argument, and then Itsuki just uses up all of their command seals on mundane things, therefore taking them out of the competition. But obviously, we don't live in an ideal world, so
Worst case scenario, she reactivates her reality marble, sending all of us into that maze again, and then uses all 3 command seals to kill me.
I don't think they'll be able to pull that off. Now, call me optimistic, but I think pulling off a reality marble twice back to back, that's on some other level that I don't think any current modern day magi can pull off.
Theoretically shouldn't. Actually, you know what? While we have him here, I am going to do a quick magic circuit scan on them. And by quick, I mean it's going to take a good 4 hours, but might as well know what we're up against, right?
Sure, go ahead.
Works for me.
While you do that, Ryder, any suggestions? You probably dealt with all sorts of crazy magecraft in your day, so we're all ears
Ryder
if you
is,
have any particular ideas here.
Ryder, you all kind of hear Ryder in like another room, and like a bit of rummaging actually, and says, "Well, I possessed some sort of domain. It was not quite a reality marble, but it was more of a, I suppose, in relative terms, a workshop. There are some ways to fully automate it in order to not gain or expend too much magical energy. But at the very least, I can say that this Kagamine is an incredibly apt mage. It is not impossible for one to have such control over a reality marble, but it is rare. Of course, I've only heard it through the grapevine, through my seers, but as far as I can tell, reality marbles are usually a forbidden technique. Not because they are particularly dangerous, but because they tend to be incredibly inefficient to the point where mages seem to not want to use them. The fact that we were in there for a good half an hour to an hour, that's impressive. As you kind of hear like just more rummaging and just...
Quit rifling through my stuff!
You hear a cork pop, and a glass fill.
Ass! Hey, mofo, don't go rifling through our stuff. Booze ain't cheap.
2 shots, please.
Kind of drinks it. It's like, are you sure? This is quite cheap.
You know, you are talking
Well,
to a
we
rich
can't-
person, Jay. I don't think you're gonna win this argument to convince him that that's expensive.
Well, we all can't have imported dates and wine from the Nile, now can we? Also, this ain't the friggin' bar. This ain't the friggin' bar. If it was, I'm having you get a friggin' cover the charge, and I'd be cutting you off after the first one too.
You heard the man, Ryder. Try not to.
Be... You're saying.
You heard the man, Ryder. Try not to be too gluttonous with that booze.
I shall not be gluttonous in the slightest. I will only drink what is worthy of a king.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to compensate you for that bottle later on, Jay. I think.
Okay.
You know, it's
Also,
a good thing that I have all these savings on my account before
And
heading
Jay
out.
goes over to Ryder. That is not for drinking. That is for medicinal purposes. Higher proof. Easy. Better to break down bacteria.
I just
in
imagine it's a
wounds.
fucking bottle of Everclear.
Why does it say alcohol in it then?
What'd you say?
Why does it say it has alcohol in it then? It says on the back here.
Yes, it is alcohol, but I am using it for medicinal purposes because, as you noticed, they got slashed to ribbons, and we are cleaning their wounds with alcohol. It's a method that has worked tried and true a little bit after your time.
You would think that a holy sword would have the cleanest blade ever and leave wounds that don't really fester.
Saber does kind of like say, kind of mumble, it is, you can tell she's a bit proud of it, but also realizes that she probably shouldn't be she probably shouldn't be proud of it, but does say, I did slash them with Excalibur, which was ignited with holy light. The wounds should be completely sterile.
Not the point.
Thank you for the history lesson there, Saber.
And so, does anyone else want to do anything during Phase 6? I'll say that you can't really do anything particularly major because, this is a whole mess that takes will take the good 4 hours to clean up. So, no crafting or anything. But does anyone want to do anything?
Oh, you go first.
Who?
You go first.
Yeah, Nathan, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I DM'd you, Jericho, and I don't know, everybody else sort of dealt with the situation. Ivan sort of left to cool his head. I DM'd you what he was doing.
Hold on. Did you DM me? What?
You can do that later, honestly. No, not DM you in like Discord, but like in Roll20.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. I say for like phase 6, Jay is just tending to Kagamine's wounds and also, hell, while Jay is kind of asking Ryder to help, not Ryder, freaking Cass to help tend to. No, he's doing the scan. While Jay is kind of tending wounds, he would also go into his duffel bag and get out sparkling water, not sparkling, some seltzer and some lemons, and he'd hand it to Katya. Okay, because this is your mess, you're cleaning this up. So, 2 parts seltzer. There's a 2 part seltzer, 1 part lemon juice. There's a spray bottle underneath the sink. You're cleaning up the blood.
Back to being clean, I guess. Fine.
Didn't you say that what's it called? Kagamine wasn't leading anymore due to what's it called?
Yeah.
But they still had
And
like
also-
bloody clothes. So
Ivan kind of dealt with that.
yeah, but there's still
I-
like, the fact of like it's going to smell like blood, and we don't want that.
You can't really like. Yeah, you can't really wash the clothes off of Kagamine right now. Like that's not really a thing that's possible here.
Well, precipitation, thus clean objects slightly, kind of.
It's true.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, but
you
Jay's
will-
taking the extra mile, and also because Katya has the cap of shame, she is going to.
You
have
do
to-
realize I took that off.
Jay is going to put it back on. No, you are keeping this on for the time being.
You
'cause
do realize my character is a monk.
Well, they are bickering about that. Leon is just kind of like he's concentrating his magic circuits on his finger and just like tapping. Carmina's not produce flame. Fucking presentation. Sorry.
Just sets it on fire.
Sorry, I saw the spell starting with P and I was like, that one.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Gotcha
Presentation.
wins.
Gotcha wins? Question mark. Oh yeah. But,
Excellent job, that's why you're the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I kill Jericho with that one?
Yeah.
The-
But what's it called? So, as everyone, continues, I will say that we're actually going to cut to Ivan. You decided to let off some steam, Ivan, and you decided to, do some actual hunting, and you do find what seems to like you see like a you do actually manage to find a drained body and a shadow walking away from it. You trail that shadow. And you-
Ivan engages the what's it called? All the he's engaging the what the fuck is it called again? Ashlock. What even is the
Yeah.
fucking stat block for that anyway?
I sent it to you like 10 times.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see. Fuck.
Look, black keys. Look, there's a handout.
Oh, okay. My bad. Let's
But yeah, so as you follow, you kind of like they just seem to be like a shadowy figure when you're far away. But as you kind of like manage to corner them in like an alleyway, you kind of hear, well, it looks like I'm being followed. You a new executor in town?
Won't say so.
Okay, well, you hear her deal? As they turn around and you see someone who looks like they might actually be part of like high society, or at the very least, like, maybe like underground society. Ruby, like round sunglasses and like a beautiful, like kind of like purple, like mauve pinstripe suit. So, what are you here for?
I have to ask. What? What makes you think, Ink, that you can kill innocents and do away with their lives as if they were nothing?
Well, the thing that makes me think that I can get away with that is that I just got away with it, so, you know.
Have you really?
I like to think that I have. Or are you going to stop me with that little device of yours? Because you know, I'm not actually cornered. You are. As you see that out of the buildings that surround us, give me a moment.
Oh boy.
Can Ivan just like a sniff the air just to make sure like these are actually just fucking dead apostles?
You don't recognize them as such.
Ivan, can Ivan you just try and like figure out what it is? Like, is this like are these like the dead, or are these is just like actual fucking other or apostles, or if it's
well, as you
or if it's somebody else entirely?
As you kind of like seem to try to look around and figure out, he kind of the apostle you've been trailing just kind of like chuckles and says, "You seem a bit confused, so let me break it down for you. These ain't any form of dead apostle. They're just people I hired. You think dead apostles are these monsters that propagate and create their own kin and have to enslave the minds of others? Well, sorry, kid, but money enslaves people anyways."
Ivan is just silent, mostly because in his mind he's just he's telling Archer to position herself.
Mm-hmm. As I'll place her like on the corner somewhere, and says, "So, kid, what's it gonna be? You gonna turn around and walk away, or are you gonna charge straight head first into battle like a big old hero?"
I'll do what I must. He extends his arm and then engages the ashlock.
Okay, let's all roll initiative.
Shit, he is having a story arc.
Wolfo. Yeah, Wolfo's out here having a side quest. Like, and he gets jumped The frig you mean?
What is going on?
Yeah, he's just getting jumped in
initiatives.
the alley by vampires, and we won't know. If he just ends up croaking, we won't even know, because I don't think he told any of us.
No, he
did
just
not know.
sneaked out.
Leon did call him on the phone at some point in the text. I don't know if anybody picked that up. Where he's just
I
like,
think
hey.
I think that does actually happen way later, since I think this is happening as you guys are fucking dealing with Itsuki and
We'll see if that makes sense. Like we'll figure out the canon after this, I guess.
Or otherwise, like fucking Ivan's dead body just gets a phone call and he's like, "Hey, you over there? You okay, pal?"
Yeah.
It's the vampire that answers the phone. Friggin'.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, Jay would have been down vamp hunting with Ivan if he told him.
Here's the thing, Ivan is trying to let off steam. This isn't personal. This is or anything. He's just like stupid fucking pissed right now.
Nothing personnel, kid.
This first mage, Jäger Linet, Jäger Yilden, as they are going to cast Scorching Ray on you.
Yep.
Damn. The 17 hit?
17 would hit, but he's gonna use one magical inheritance to cast shield.
Sure.
Just-
no problem.
Just like casually waves his hand in that general direction, as just like a fucking as just like a blob of blood just comes and intercepts the attack.
Okay. Archer kind of says, on your command, master. Who should I target?
Small fry, aim to incapacitate, don't kill.
Understood. And it's gonna go up. Pew pew pew.
Jesus fuck!
These guys do no shield, which means that they're going to 14.
Doesn't she also like add like a fucking +10 to her hits?
She does, yeah. So give me a moment. Okay, so shield wouldn't actually do anything, so let's do this. Tium, tium, and tium.
Yep. And
It just goes 1, 2, 3 as 3 arrows pierce into the one that just launched the Scorching Ray at you. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything. Ivan's fucking locked in.
Okay. This guy just kind of like strolls up to you. And he's just kind of like shaking his head and says, "Kid, I am very, very sorry for..." What am I talking about? I'm not sorry. Hold person. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ivan's not particularly good at those, I don't think.
Also, let me just double check what the moon phase is right now, because that might actually do something.
Wait, what? He's a friggin' looter sorcerer?
Well, no,
No, this is actually just like a thing.
Vampires.
The 20. The moon is base about half full, a little bit over.
I was gonna say just to explain to Bart, a lot of dead apostles or vampires, I guess, in the in the Fate universe, get like a boost depending on what phase the moon is in.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Or a friggin' werewolf, mofo.
Oh, never mind. That's more than one person. Never mind.
That is more than one person, unfortunately. If he upcasted it, maybe. Kind of like places his hand, like like on his sunglasses, lifts them up, and actually uses Mystic Eyes of Charm to make you, to just kind of like make you delirious. Now just stand still.
Oh, Friggin' bands get strained.
You can make that wisdom saving throw again.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, at
oh,
the
yeah.
end of your
End
turn.
of return, yeah.
Blam.
I swear, you and your paralysis.
You actually do break out of it. Good job. As this one is gonna. Wait, did I accidentally Oh no, I didn't. This Magus is going to do another scorching. Yeah, you're gonna get 6 scorching rays to you.
Like a firing squad over here.
21 and 24.
21 and 24 can't shield those, so Ivan's just gonna have to fucking take them.
Okay.
Did not know he was dealing with the Magi Army Rangers.
9 and 7.
That's blasting you.
And the other one is going to kind of they're just coughing blood because they got impaled on arrows. They take out their wand, they take out a wand and just swirl it around for a few times, and are going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level on you.
If I'm correct, shield deflects those.
That is true. However, it's you can use your reaction to do that.
Yeah, magic inheritance.
Yep. All right. As you manage to block all the incoming things, and Archer is going to make those 3 shots at well, first of all, this guy. Incapacitating this guy, and is going to focus on this one now. Alright, hits both. Man, servants.
It's a little bit of... What's it called? This is a very stacked fight on the favor of Ivan. Considering...
He's, says, oh, you've got quite a little bit of willpower. Perhaps you'll make a better snack than I thought. Well, sorry to say, but we're doing this again. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Son of fuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, that fails, as you were paralyzed, and is going to take an action surge.
Oh no.
1, 2, and 3. Oh!
I mean, they're all out of crits.
They're all
Yeah,
crits,
all
aren't they? Yeah. So as because you're not, you are still witnessing all of this. You do see a kind of says, I thought I was going to be able to hold back with you, but I suppose you're quite the powerful Magus. It's a shame you're not under my employ. Slashes into your chest and takes out a chunk, dealing 13 slashing to you. And then... oh yeah?
I think they would just notice immediately as it grows back.
Oh. Infinite food glitch. How quaint.
You fucking hell.
Much damage.
Well, fuck. I don't have that much health.
Phone rings.
Well,
Ivan, you
goodbye,
okay? We're in the
Ivan.
Hornblood
Yeah, so... Fuck, okay, hold on. Actually,
Seriously, me fucking losing those wisdom saves is fucked.
Yeah.
Do Warlocks have proficiency in wisdom saves? I don't think they do, right?
Yes.
No, yeah. Wisdom and charisma are
Oh shit. Yeah, so you just rolled really
like
bad.
clerics.
Okay, so...
Yeah, welcome to my shit.
I need you, Nathan, to roll me d20.
Ooh, lingering injury.
I'm gonna fucking die, aren't I?
Lingering injury. Decapitation!
Let me see, give me a moment.
Also, you're fine. Archer's right there. She can just like take it to safety.
Log this onto you as that final bite just kind of digs into you, and I'll say you. You know what? They do want to stabilize you. I will say, so they're not actually going to like attempt to kill you. But
Wait, hold up. Give me a second.
Uh-huh.
Oh fuck! I can't use maneuvers. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's okay, Morty.
Ah, dang it. Also, that makes sense for a friggin' vampire. A festering wound.
Mm-hmm. However, what's it called? As they take like a very good drink of you, you're fading in and out. They just, oh, that is actually quite good. Maybe I'll lock you up for my personal reserves. But I will say that out of initiative though, Archer is realistically able to just kind of take out all of these magi quite quickly on her next turn. So I will say that she just kind of like does so because she can. So yeah,
seriously though, that fucking
there is a cordon of arrows that the apostle just kind of jumps back, and it just sees something that's using a fucking bow and arrow and says, well, it's always something, isn't it? Well, whoever you are who's using an antique weapon, you're clearly have something up your sleeve, or you're an idiot, but I'm not going to take that chance.
And like just purely for roleplay and out of spite, Ivan would try and bite into the fucker's shoulder.
You're unconscious.
Oh wait, no, you unconscious, frig.
You said you were slipping in and he was slipping in and out of consciousness.
Okay, yeah, to be fair, yeah, I can see him like trying to bite, but kind of says, "Sorry, kid, you're not exactly what I'm looking for. It's a shame you could have
Seriously, those fucking rolls on the wisdom, man."
Uh-huh. Archer has set up a cordon of arrows to push him off, get him off, as he realizes that someone who's using a bow and arrow is either a fucking idiot or has something up their sleeves. And he's not going to chance that in the middle of New York. So instead, because he is a very streetwise sort of guy, he does manage to make his escape while all the other magi have been knocked out. As Archer leaps down. Do you have any healing items on you at all?
He has the Cherry Capri Sun, but that's more so for just
yeah, that's just hunger, just food.
Yeah.
But so Archer. Well, let's see if Archer can do a fucking medicine check. She can't figure it out.
Yeah, no, Ivan just fucking lays on the ground feeling helpless. couldn't do anything to stop. Couldn't do anything to stop Saber from doing this. It's just like depressing for him at this point. Can't do anything right.
And what she's going to do is she is going to like just pick you up and go straight to where Jay said that he was going to be. He gets a phone call, yeah.
Just gets a phone call. Archer picks it up. Yeah, no, he's out like a light.
I think the phone call is just kind of like how I typed there. It's just like, Ivan, you there? If you can get to the place that Jay said in Harlem, or you're gonna be out there.
Kind of says, you do kind of just like hear through the phone, with like a lot of like wind interference, of course, because she's moving so fast. I'm coming to your location. I apologize, but my master's become indisposed. Do you have room for another? Do you have medical supplies where you are?
Turns away from the phone. Jay, do you happen to have more medical supplies to treat another person?
Wait, what the frig you
I think Ivan maybe like fell while trying to do a kickflip or something.
Why is the joke with Leon always is referring to Ivan doing a fucking kickflip? Like that is being
no.
That's actually been a common thing. Like every time Ivan's just off doing something, it's Leon hits him with probably doing a kickflip or something.
Okay, there should be some. I can get some more. You're gonna have to. Okay. Damn it, friggin' servants don't know 9-line medevac.
I need an answer quick. I think he may also be
Yes.
falling into the sky.
Yes. Wait,
Okay.
but what? Okay.
Turns back to the
Yes.
phone and says thank you, and says,
You around this
Yes, I
time,
do.
around the time you like say thank you, you just hear like the door fucking like slam open, kind of like off its hinges as Archer
Oh,
like
shit.
rushes in and places them down like on like. Well, I imagine Itsuki's already on like one of the main tables, so puts Ivan on like a coffee table, I guess.
Jesus.
Honestly, I think Ivan's like somewhat still like barely conscious, just like going, the floor is fine.
The freak you.
What the hell happened to you?
Did Avenger attack you?
You look like you got
Got
mauled by a
apostles.
bear. Why are you afraid vampire hunting in New York, mofo? Without any backup.
Would Marvin also be here at this point, or is he still out and about?
I'd say so.
Okay. What's it called? Leon sees that everybody's gathered with Ivan kind of along the floor, and he's like, I don't even know what to even say here. You got messed up, man.
I'm not entirely sure how to treat these types of wounds. It looks like kind of pulling back like Ivan's like coat a bit. You do see like a vampire bite that seems to like be festering with like black, like it's like black veins. Like it's like some sort of necrosis is like slowly taking over.
Okay. Don't fear.
Wait, let me have a look at this. DM, would
Jericho.
anointing the sick, the ceremony, work?
Wait, hold on, maybe.
You touch one creature, ending all curses and diseases on them.
Yeah,
Vampirism is a
that's-
curse.
Yeah, I would say that is actually like of course this is supposed to be a lingering injury, but because I'm treating this as like something that happened through like a dead apostle bite, I'll say that you could probably do that. Yeah,
The ceremony spell does cost $2,500, so
which is the standard rate for hospital in New York. So
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Ivan would sort of just honestly, Ivan can deal with it somewhat himself. He has a methodology to remove the Dead Apostle curse from himself, but he needs to be fully conscious is the issue.
Okay.
Yeah,
We need
you don't tell us that, I'm assuming.
We need pickled
Yeah, no,
garlic,
Ivan's just
some
fucking.
silver cordite, and friggin'
Okay, cool,
Cured
you do
salt.
that. We need, let's see.
I assume
a
they
bit of powdered
fucking.
silver.
I assume that when they do when she does expose the wound, it's also you just also see the fucking sheer amount of scar tissue.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, friggin' Frankenstein's monster over here. Anyway, this is gonna be expensive. Okay.
About $2,500 expensive.
Guys, I can't go into depth again.
So,
Okay, money back.
why
Okay.
didn't Castor's magic work?
He's
Was fine healing
currently
me.
he's currently doing a ritual right now, and that's gonna take some time and magical mojo. So for right now, boy, let's see, silver. Okay.
I think hearing Jay mumble about silver, Ivan just would weakly try and pull out one of the silver bullets he has.
Freaking A. You are a... Okay. This is gonna be a bit... Cassie... Not Cassie. Ryder, you got sun shenaniganry. Could you help melt this down a little bit?
I believe you were asked for powdered silver.
Well,
Please.
unfortunately.
Use your fists. Please don't reduce me to that. But also, I'll use my fists. Don't go outside. I'll pound it into the ground so I don't cause any, damage to the furniture.
Thank you for the assist.
You already
please.
got a broken door. Okay.
Okay. So you will be able to get that.
We got powdered silver.
I'll say to $500 expense avoided.
Mhm.
Alright.
Roll me 1d4 plus your modifier. Katya.
Which modifier?
I don't know. Wisdom? I think? Yeah, it should be wisdom.
If it's a cleric spell, yeah, it's wisdom.
Yeah, okay. Wisdom and 1d4 plus...
Well, no, 1d4 plus 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
7.
Okay. So, Nathan, I want you to count it on your sheet. You need 3 medicine successes in order to get rid of this festering wound. And the attempt can only be made once per day.
Whew. We better
Okay.
bank on this, everybody.
Alright. You
What
approve?
everyone sees is basically me just flipping through a little Bible, just trying to figure out which prayer is this? Right, this one. Okay. And it takes an hour to do this, so I'm just reading the Bible.
Wait,
Read the
I'm
Bible.
a fucking idiot! I just realized something. Ivan
What?
could have gone first. He had fucking Mao no Kago.
Well, you live.
Oh well,
and- you
such
live
is
and you-
life.
You live and you learn.
Well, friggin' A.
Wow,
Jay's gonna
that
go
kind of-
back. Go ahead.
That could have gone very, very differently.
Wait, now that you mention that, does Saber automatically have a +5 to initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, I did. Never mind. I'm just fucking stupid.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because you did get a
it's
17.
fine.
It was pretty good.
Wait,
Yeah.
does she let me double check?
Wow, I'm just
No,
rolling
I
shit
have-
today.
I haven't put it on Saber Sheet because I can't because of NPC
Yeah,
stuff.
NPC sheets don't
We
work.
just have to remember it for the servants.
I see. In that case, Saber would have probably acted before the Avenger
I mean,
in the reality marble.
Yeah, perhaps.
Damn.
We live and we learn.
Yep.
Also,
But yeah,
Leon will look around and say, "Alright, who's going to try some back alley doctor thing to save Ivan's life?"
I'm already doing back alley doctor shenaniganry, so I might as well help out.
In that
Okay.
case, Leon, if we already adding the extra D4 plus 3 from the anointing the sick from Catius, I'm going to use precipitation through infinite variation once again to replicate the effects of guidance. If you would allow me to use that to help in this check as well.
yeah, I'd allow that. Yeah.
I first need to roll my Arcana check to see if I replicate the effects through my ability. I believe I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have guidance and the extra +7 from the anointing the sick.
Ooh. Jericho.
Me.
Because this is a friggin' vampire bite. What Jay is going to do, this is a little bit of a risky maneuver. Also, friggin' Katia is casting a spell that has casting time of 1 hour, reading the bibbles.
By the way, just gonna send this. I'm just sending this to Jericho's Discord because, just so that they know just how fucked up Ivan's torso is. I might actually be able to send this.
If it's too graphic, don't send it in the Roll20 just in case.
Also,
oh no, it's just a chart I drew. I just shaded
Okay.
it that just shows how much of his body's just not his.
Okay. Also, you'd see Jay kind of like in a little backpack with what looks like a clay pot, and he starts to empty what seems to be like a little bit of ash and gunpowder ? And puts it in a funnel. Okay. Ain't got no holy water for this, but secondary effect, ash, some ash, some holly, and powdered silver. Jay is going and seeing it's a trying to cauterize the vampiric impurities out of shenaniganry. Jay's gonna basically gonna holy flash powder cauterize the wound.
Oh,
Because-
it's fucking hurt.
Actually, think about it. What, actually, no, he would have to drink blood for that. Never mind.
And Jay gives Ivan like a leather belt. Bite down on this. It's gonna hurt a lot. And
Ivan's just disassociating right now. He's barely listening. At this point, he's like currently not even thinking. Like he was listening earlier, but like now that he's like started like regaining consciousness, he's not give a shit.
Marvin, can you help keep his head level so it doesn't bump it when he bites down?
Yeah.
Alright. And kind of like in a little funnel, kind of pouring the powdered residue into Ivan.
he will light him. He takes out his lighter, lights it up, and he will attempt to friggin' cauterize shenaniganry, all Ripperdoc style. Like it's a scene in shenaniganry where, oh yeah, we clean out bullet wound, Old West style.
Yeah.
What happened with his with part of his makeshift anti-vampire bomb now with silver?
What's it called? Unfortunately, like, it's not like it's particularly, effective or anything. You see that, like, the festering curse seems to still linger. It was a good effort for sure, but you're not entirely sure what the, it might have worked. You're not entirely sure.
And Jay kind of goes in, friggin' bag. He requests a mason jar of pickled garlic, and starts to kind of crush up some garlic cloves and pour a little bit of brine in the wounds, because garlic actually cleans up wounds too, surprisingly. Ready. So
I don't think this will actually affect him.
Hey, Jay knows vampire shenaniganry. He doesn't know all the shenaniganry with dead apostles. If it's same vampire.
Yeah, no, dead apostles I don't think are affected by garlic, which is why I said it wouldn't do shit.
What's it called? As you all kind of like Jay, as you kind of like turn around and you're like, okay, hold on, let's get a fucking mason jar. You kind of, what happens is you all kind of like have a fucking startle as you see like Saber actually like, get up, like started, like somehow she didn't notice. There is now a hunched over figure, in a cloak, well built sort of armor, with stark white hair, picking up Itsuki's body.
Wait. Question: did they get? Okay. Are they, because Jay had the precognition to put the friggin' cold iron nails into corners of his spare room as well? Are they affected by it or no?
This person? This thing? You don't think so.
Okay, so they're not.
The moment we see this individual manifest, I guess, for lack of a better word, is kind of here. Leon kind of like looks over and like immediately conjures the gauntlet and points his hand over Iron Man style, and he's like, whoa, hold on, who the fuck are you?
Also,
wouldn't
he wise to pick them up right now? They are in shaky conditions.
Kleos like barges in, as the archer kind of like, the creature, the servant kind of like puts like their hand up and says, "I'm not here to fight. I'm just here to get the kid."
You still haven't answered the question. Who are you?
Kind of looks like he's about to like instinctively answer, and says, "In a Holy Grail war, you really it's interesting that you still ask for identities. But
I mean, at least a class.
don't worry. I'm nobody. As
Okay.
You.
he
Odysseus ass motherfucker.
No. Okay, right now it's a medical
Cle-
parlay. So if you value
ahead.
their safety, please don't move them too much.
We kinda need them right now.
I'm sure you need them. I wouldn't put it past you to use them as a bargaining chip. I'm sure that's what you were going to do, right?
Yeah, basically.
Look,
Don't speak
I
for
was
all of
going to-
us.
Also, if you're the shapeshifter just pretending to be another servant, I'm telling you right now that trick is getting very old. So,
No, I'm not him. I'm...
buddy.
I like to think that I've learned from opening my mouth too much. But
Jay thinks about it.
I am working with the kid. Just because they asked me to.
Okay,
I'm not
Jericho.
actually trying to fight any of you.
Ooh.
I just want to make sure that they're okay. And take them to a place that's, well, safer than with all of you.
Could I make 2 checks, Jericho?
Mm-hmm.
One is an insight check. The second one, a history check, because say that phrase "nobody" and learning not to open my mouth up again. Something clicks in Jay's head.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Roll me what are you rolling the insight check for first?
Insight, is he being honest, like, hey, I'm just here looking out for the kid?
Well, he doesn't... Servants are hard to read. They're very different people from very different times, but... So you can't get a read on him, but... You know, he hasn't attacked any of you yet.
Okay. And history check.
also,
If I pass this would be funny.
I would say, like, does Cleos actually, like, rush forward?
Yeah, like, Cleos will actually, like, you know, very quickly telepathically to Marvin, like, do I rush him?
Wait 1 second. Marvin says, listen, you want him to be safe, right?
If you're going to say that you can help him better, I don't think you can.
We're not
I
claiming that. What we're saying...
Shut up, you. I just want to
Bitch.
ask, what are you planning to do with them? In the moment, they're very unstable. The reason I want to stop you was for that fact. You move them, they die.
I know
don't
how to
think-
patch someone up.
We
You know,
got an
for people, I suppose it is strange that there isn't much of an assumption that all heroic spirits have been at war. Many of them haven't, but I am one who has.
Well, all I'm saying is we have literal healers here. Unlike what you can do, we can help you safer, because unlike someone, we don't agree with killing her. We want to help her. We want this honestly. Let's be honest, I don't know how long you've been standing there, but she was here for, what, 2 hours, 3? We could have killed her, chopped off her hand, making her useless as a master. We could have done a lot of things, but we didn't for a good reason.
Yes, quite a good reason. Because they're a better bargaining chip, alive and unharmed, aren't they?
We
Do you
more so
think
just
so?
want the Avengers.
Guys,
Shut up! How many other masters do you think you guys are gonna find that you agree with?
None. That is why I have put my lot in with them.
So, wouldn't they be better off dead if that's our main goal? Why bargaining if we can ensure you be stopped? Bargaining shows some kind of respect, kindness.
This is all well and good. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck was that?
No, somebody had like some noise in the background. I don't know what was that.
It wasn't me, I don't think.
I think
No,
Jay
Paul.
sneezed. Oh yeah.
That kind of no, that fucking took me out. Sorry. But yeah, they kind of say, "Be that as it may, no matter how much kindness you show, you're on one side of the war, they're on another side. They are not better off with you, because
Oh,
you are in a position of power. Look how many of there you are."
are we on opposite sides? All I want to do is stop this war. I don't care how. I just care
In
about
that case-
the least horrible way.
In that case, you've just confirmed you're an enemy.
No, because she wants to stop it too, just by gaining the wish.
That means continuing the war, Marvin.
No,
Listen to the one you keep telling to be quiet. Oftentimes, they're the ones that are worth listening to. Now, if you wish, we may do battle. If not, I'm taking the kid to somewhere safe where they can be healed. Not just by me, but by doctors.
We're in a pretty enclosed space. If a servant battle breaks out here, there's no guarantee Kagamine is gonna be fine.
Or
So you better be careful touching her.
or anybody for that matter. I say you
Right.
picked a hell of a spot to start doing this heroic rescue type of thing. Fire breaks out here in the middle of Harlem, a lot of people are going to get caught in the middle.
I'll be honest. The other servant told me to wait longer. Perhaps it was more of my foolishness again. I can see that I'm outmatched.
Honestly, I can respect the stones that you had coming in here, and from one person, one soldier to another. Hey, you got my respect for wanting to make sure they're all right. Just make sure they're okay wherever they go.
Now, I want to make something clear. We did wanted to have a fair and square fight against against their servant. But you're kind of throwing the entire plan out the window. So I'll ask you something. Where, being that you had the decency of warning us that you were leaving with them instead of just, pulling some sneaky stuff, I'll ask you, where, time and place.
Kind of like, again, looks like they were about to respond like immediately and then just kind of stop themselves and say, I hesitate to make the call for the kid, but...
Is a person in your ear telling you not to tell us?
Yes, they are. But... the plan was to move up the... Sorry, I forgot the word. The plan was to move up the attack on Cascada Manor. In fact, you should be getting a call right about... And Marvin, you get a call.
Shit.
You might want to pick that up.
Yeah, he picks up.
And you kind of hear, all right, so You told me about a plan. Scott here, by the way. You told me about a big plan, a big battle. There are knights outside, and they are kind of bulletproof. She kind of like says as you kind of do hear like gunfire through the phone. Some of our guys can, are dealing with the armor with, like hitting them with the butts of their rifles, but that's not exactly a weapon. Y'all did a truce, and then you said that you're gonna help me, and then we did like a little fight and all that. Could I pull enough favor and have you come over here right now, right now?
Marvin looks at the rest.
If the phone is like loud enough
I have a
for
feeling.
us. Go ahead.
Yeah, he would
I have
have
a
put
feeling
it on like.
Ivan's conscious by now, but he would just say, "Go on without me. I'll just be a liability at this point."
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
He put it on loudspeaker. I forgot to say, but yes.
Alright.
Okay. Leon will say, "It looks like you're in luck, Mr. Nightman. You get to walk away with Itsuki in tow. Well, we have to honor a deal, like how you're supposed to do when you strike up a deal with somebody."
I just want you to give one message to them. As he points to Itsuki.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell them that all I wanted to do was talk about this.
Wait, all of you are fine letting Itsuki go?
We don't have much of a choice.
Not fine with it.
Yes,
Katya.
we do.
I'm not fine with it, Katya. We start a fight here, it's gonna get ugly for everybody.
Exactly.
Your own
not
people will
fighting
die.
here.
Exactly.
other people-
And Mr. Heroic Spirit over here wouldn't do such a thing, would they?
Well,
feel
we
like
don't.
I feel like they wouldn't show up here if they didn't have a backup plan.
And we
Yeah.
gotta help somewhere.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for winging it, but I know not everybody is like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, Katya. I don't like this either, like at all. We had Kamina right here, but well,
We still have her right here.
do we?
No, you do not.
Do we?
Know when to. Please just know when and to give up. And I know that's rich coming from me right now,
Look,
but please.
look, whatever class you may be, Lancer, Saber, Assassin, I don't know, whoever you may be, tell whoever sends you, that they won't be getting away with this much longer. We're coming for them, whether they're ready or not. And
Also,
when the time comes, well, it'll be a hell of a fight, I'll tell you that.
And that's
also,
something-
if they-
That is something we'll need to look forward to. I apologize for ruining your plans.
Actually, it was a bit of tactical brilliance on your hand. Also, Jay kind of holding up hands and pulling out like the little business card that has which is the actual business card of the friggin' producers that he actually does know. When they wake up, could you? Kagamine, the kid here have had some big dreams and, well, at least something as a show of at least I, amongst people in the room, don't wish to be adversarial. When they wake up, tell them they can give these people a call.
Kind of nods and
Make sure.
says,
Go
"Oh
ahead.
yeah, go on. No, go on."
Make sure Itsuki Kagamine knows they are alive entirely because of us. Now, I empathize with the kid, I really do. But, well, if there's one point that all of this horrible situation may have to come across, is that, well, this isn't a place where just about anybody can get involved and get away unscathed. Let Itsuki know that we're sorry, but that they're going to have to bow out of this Holy Grail War before things get even worse.
I would not. Of course, it is my duty to assume that we will attain victory. It is only the art of a hero. But I will pass upon your messages to them. And if they are to fail and lose, I will do my utmost best to make sure that they do not put themselves in too much danger after they have lost gracefully.
Well, gracefully is one way to put it.
We are going to end the session soon, by the way.
Because you all might be fine with letting Kagamine go, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna initiate a fight, and I'm not sure if that's gonna be like taking this whole thing too far or not. So I want to kind of discuss out of session or like something.
You're not gonna shoot another half-dying person again!
Like,
God damn it! This is just gonna be a meme, isn't it?
Leon,
I am ever ready to tell Saber to cut down Kagamine, yes.
Leon is already kind of like, hey, there's things we need to attend to. We can't like waste time here like battling this guy while this gonna get like fucking killed on the side. Because then we'd be breaking our promises to two people in the same day.
As far as I'm concerned, we were prepared to help Cascada, but the timetable moved up, and that's not really our fault, is it?
Well, I mean,
Technically,
Leon does still see and have that sense of responsibility, and so he's up for just letting this guy go, so we can just rush over to help the Cascadas, because then maybe this means we get to fight like fake Arthur.
Yeah, I will say that this guy will kind of say, like, before he basically turns to leave, before we continue the scene, that he, as a thanks for letting him just take Itsuki without any further like combat, he will not be taking part in the siege of Cascada Manor, and neither will Itsuki.
Well,
Unless I cut Itsuki down right now.
What's it called? Like, I will say, if you need, like, I guess, like, the take out of character, I will say Leon is a bit of a fluctuating level of trust with Katya at the moment, because, got to save his life, but then did a lot of other shit. It's like, okay,
If I do this, everyone will hate me.
I'm not gonna go as far as to say like Leon will hate you, because he doesn't really hate anybody. But I will say he will definitely not give you a Christmas present or something. I don't know. Like, he'll definitely he'll definitely be like, well, I really thought we were going for something there. I really thought things were looking up.
Marvin doesn't really have too big of an issue with you killing for good reason.
Doesn't Marvin consider this to be a good reason?
I mean, yes, it's just more the things he hates at the moment is your easiness to go back on your word, your easiness to stab people you don't agree with or enemies, and Saber. That's the whole list.
or Jay, he
he's already tense as it is right now, and if Katya was to go and murk Itsuki, who he just rendered aid to, and also got on Katya's ass about treating your fellow man decently, no matter who they are. You losing a lot. You're gonna lose a lot of like favor points with Jay on this one if you go and say, yeah, Saber, go murk Kagamine.
Does Ivan have anything to add? Or Nathan?
Ivan's. It's me out of character. Please don't. Genuinely, please don't. I don't really have anything else to say apart from that. Everything that can be said can be said. Ivan's relationship with Katya has actually strained to the point where he doesn't really see much of a point in trying to trust Katya anymore. So
This
as of
is
the
a
moment,
PvP campaign.
I'm aware.
You know,
I'm aware
out
of
of
that,
character.
but he is also just he is very this isn't like generally like trust you as a friend. No, this is like I don't feel like I can trust Katya with anything at all, and that's rich coming from me, who just went and on my own and threw hands with a dead apostle who whooped my ass.
Yeah, so I think what the consensus is like, hold back for now.
Yeah, the
We'll get 'em
consensus
next
is
time.
you really shouldn't. But no one can physically hold you back.
Jay could.
Not Saber.
Ivan.
I could Saber, but
Jay could physically hold back Katya. Ivan could physically hold back Saber. Well, Jay technically could, because it'd be he would, big bro Saber, just put his hand on her head. Because he's a little bit taller than her.
So,
But he
if
wouldn't.
nothing else is to be done, they will kind of sling Itsuki over over the shoulder in like a sort of fireman carry, and nod, and turn, and disappear into the night.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
in that case,
I hope you're all happy now.
not
Me, never.
not exactly happy. Obviously,
Our
again,
biggest asset is just gone.
no, our biggest
Kagamine
asset,
is gonna come after us. You do realize that?
our biggest asset is standing in this room right here, and he gestures at all the servants.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but after Marvin looked to everyone, he did press the mute button on the phone
Mm-hmm.
so that no one could listen in. Now he's
Yeah.
unmuting, he's like, we're coming to you.
That
And
took
hangs
you
up.
10 minutes to tell me you were coming? Come on!
Hangs up.
Ivan's just gonna say, go now. I don't really think I'd be much of help
Oh,
right now.
Sorry for
Just
that.
looks down at
Finishing off
himself.
lunch.
what
But
is it?
sure.
Sorry for that. We were just finishing off lunch.
Hong Kong dog.
Just got
I hung up, and it's smart. Finishing up lunch. That's your best
At
excuse
midnight?
for letting her die? Like, what you doing here?
Yeah, Katya has
It's
no
also like the
social
middle of the
skills.
fucking night.
Liam will say, we're gonna have to get there in double time. We can't afford to be subtle about this, I think. Ryder, think you
You're
can help us
telling
out?
me that we do not need to be subtle.
Oh boy.
Leon takes a deep breath. Yes, Ryder, we need to be fast and not necessarily subtle about this.
Come! Holy bolt of Ra! Mesectet! As he exclaims, as you kind of, he jumps out the window, puts his hand up as you see like a great radiant beam as there's like a gigantic, like a rolling like sailing boat that they used for like funerals in ancient Egypt. It also flies, and he says, "Come, mount upon the pharaoh's boat, and we shall be off."
I'm losing the deposit on this place.
Well, damn. Well,
Archer will kind of say, "I should be able to get there if you need me. My independent action would allow me to be over there without any strain on my own, but I worry that this place might be able to be compromised even further."
Okay.
I was going to say, like, Ivan, I think you do need to come with us. Because if we leave you
Also-
here, even if it's just with Archer, now that we know that our enemies know where this place is, this is not safe.
Well, I have a backup hideout, so I accounted for that.
Backup.
I accounted for that. So, also, Jay kind of remembers, oh no. Okay, so he kind of goes into his duffel, takes out $850. Okay, before you go tell the man. Okay. Before you go, pay the manager. You're at the desk for the damages, and also, if you're leaving from the door, there's 2 cold iron nails in the door frame, and if you're leaving from the window, there's 2 in the. There's 1. Take 1 from the corner. Make sure he's outside first, and then put it back where you found it, because I had this barrel proofed for a reason.
Understood. I'll do all those tasks promptly. Best of luck to all of you.
Alrighty. And with a 9 and a... Well, with a 3 and a 10, do we know who that was?
With a 3 and a 10, like I don't know what I
Well-
can do with that.
Well,
You can have your own, like, what's it called? All I will say is that there is no reason as to why you can't make assumptions. You can think
Okay.
about it. It's just that there's no certainty.
yeah, so Jay kind of looks back in his notes, looks over at Cleos. He scratches out a name, and then goes back to the drawing board. Because he thinks he knows who that was that just left, and he was like, "Oh frig, we just got out of there with our lives." If that was who he thinks it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Let's get out of here, buddy. Archer, take Ivan someplace safe.
Okay.
Wait.
So
Oh no, like Ivan's just telling Archer wait, cause like currently he still has like fucking dead apostle curse on him. Ivan's like going to structurally grasp himself to see like how deeply the curse has taken like root in like his blood, and then try and like move all like the cursed material into like one spot before like trying just to like extend the flow,
Yeah.
basically.
as far as you can tell, Katya's casting of rites to try to cleanse you has done a lot. There's not too much left in terms of the festering curse, but it still needs to be treated.
Did Jay's dumbass treatment work in any sense?
That is left to be seen, I suppose.
I like the fact that it doesn't work, but it's just funny that it cauterized the wound at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, though. After Ivan drank the Capri Sun, you see the fucking scar tissue heals over.
We'll talk about that later. Right now, get some rest. Get some fluids in them. And we got to save a mobster, I guess. This is one, and this is one night to remember for the holiday season.
As you all start to like load into Archer's gigantic, glowing,
Ryder.
radiant, flying rowing boat. Ryder kind of just says, so, are we all ready? There are no seatbelts.
Katya's on the bike. Okay.
Katya's on by, yep.
Yeah, I'm leaving with Saber. Fuck you.
You leave with your girlfriend.
Fair enough. What's it called? Alright, yeah, no, Leon just says, hit it, Ryder, but let's try not to get ourselves killed on the way there.
Mm-hmm. And as you all, run forth into the, towards Cascada Manor, there are lots of, flashing lights and stuff. It is, New York. So there's a weird amount of camouflage, that the robot actually gets. And of course, Katya, you're riding in on your bike as fast as possible. Actually, Saber will kind of say, Master, we do need to get there quickly. Let me take the wheel.
Understood.
As once you swap, you kind of see her rev it up as it seems to go faster and faster, and you see the accelerator actually seem to go slower. It looks like the acceleration is going less and less. But what you realize is that the accelerator is adjusting itself to
The new maximum speed.
for the new maximum speed as the motorcycle engulfs itself in blue as Saber, manipulates her riding skill to enhance it for her own means. As you're all kind of riding at similar speeds, you kind of do hear sirens wailing, gunshots, as you eventually we will end the session on the scene of battle.
Boy.
Oh boy, Seaver's gonna have an interesting phone call.
As you all kind of ride in, as you see and unarmored at the front, one that you've all of course seen before. My new Knights of the Round Table! For the glory and good of all! Charge!
Finally, we get to kill a sacrifice.
As you'll all, as you're riding, Saber will kind of say through gritted teeth, at the very least we'll get something out of this night. We'll get to kill that faker.
We can go straight for him.
As
Finally found you. Fake.
you as you all ride into battle. Go ahead and place yourselves I'll say Katya go on the left side of the map, everyone else go on the right side of the map.
What are the
when you say
lines
sides,
where
do
we
you-
can place?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Bottom.
bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah, around
limit
there.
to how far? Or
What do I say?
any limit to how far I'm still crippled. I need any distance I can get.
You probably just kind of like have Jay be the benchmarker anywhere under his row.
Good question. Would have we been able to short rest beforehand?
Probably not.
Damn, bro. Okay.
And to the
This
left.
is why Jay rested beforehand.
Actually, now thinking about it, no, you would have had like time to rest, I guess.
Doesn't matter. I don't have hit dice.
I
Yeah,
have
I'll say
one
short
left.
rest. I'll say short rest.
I only have one left.
Okay.
And I don't know if I want to use it on myself or on Ryder.
But yeah, so as the night continues, we are like 1 a.m. In game time. We are at phase 1, and as the battle starts to, well, it's already been raging on, but as the dawn of battle starts, that is where we will end our session. It's a bit of a shorter one, but unfortunately I do have to rest for a little bit for tomorrow.
Fine. You know, a lot of inner party drama this one. I think.
A lot, yeah.
A bit.
We love that though. We love that though. And now, like I said, next session we finally get to take down the faker.
Yeah.
I think you're the fake saver around here. But hey, you know, that's pretty legit. And I really like that.
Yeah, I'm glad. But yeah, as we're signing off, thank you all for being patient with us. We are glad to be back. Hopefully we will be back for a bit longer than 1 week. And yeah, so of course I haven't uploaded too much to my account, but I'll do it eventually. But for the meantime, go ahead and subscribe to Vortielite 97 for more of this and more of other games that will continue to be wreaking havoc across the internet. Dark Souls 2 is really cool. Y'all should check out Dark Souls 2. It's very fun. I'm a player.
So,
Yes,
tomorrow-
I'm actually more capable with that because I am a fucking rogue bard that can actually roll really high. Unlike now where I'm rolling dog shit.
Well, let's not turn away too much attention from Fate Eternal Wait though. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around if you did. For watching live or rewatching this as a VOD if you are. And well, we'll see you guys next time in another session of Fate Eternal Wait. Bye bye, y'all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye.